No, it is Travis Rogers, Alan Sliwa. Travis and Sliwa is on for your Thursday. We're here each weekday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We begin 9 hours of LA sports talk all day long.
Here we go.
Live from LA Live. Sweet Tea, Travis Rogers. Hit him in the face, Sliwa.
I'll still take the face.
Travis and Sliwa right now.
Yeah. Happy Thursday to you, Slee. I'm glad that you got your coffee. You were just filling me in on your adventures in the coffee world this morning. We'll get to that in a second. Emily, welcome back. Good to have you back.
Hey, guys. Good to be back.
It's very nice to have you back. Brian, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Welcome
Brian
to
in
the
the
show
house,
in
yes.
a more official capacity, at least for a while, right?
Yep.
We're going to see what's going to happen. So Brian is here. Taylor
And
is...
We won't make you spell every day.
Brian will also be on your softball team.
Yeah,
Oh,
Brian,
let's go.
are you a good softball player?
I'm the ringer.
Are
Watch
you
out.
really?
Yeah.
All right.
It's a lot of confidence right
That
out
is.
the gate there.
I like that a lot.
ready.
Okay,
Tyler,
so-
good morning to you as well.
Hey, Trav, good morning.
And the way it came, they added 2 more roster spots because Tyler was told he was going to play.
Tyler bullied his way onto the roster.
So,
Sometimes you got to bully your way on the roster.
what's wrong with that?
So
Nothing.
Tyler's on our squad, and Tyler is also very confident in softball game. So I'm going to have kind of a close eye here on both of these players. Brian, just relax out there. Bunt a couple times. Don't do anything crazy.
Well, but bunting, by the way, is no better than walking, right?
No, bunting is worse.
It might be.
Bunting
It's
is worse.
strategic, guys. Sometimes
no.
you got to play to win the game.
I can appreciate that, Em. I really can. But there are
Hello.
certain,
Can you?
there are
Can you
certain
really
things that you
appreciate it?
really can't do in a softball
you played
game.
to win the game.
I understand, but let's get some more hits. Let's make some more plays. We'll do all of that. Emily comes in this morning, and we're sitting down. We're having our chat, and she goes, "So that handwriting's still on that dry erase board?"
Oh, yeah,
huh?"
yeah, no, it's still
She's
there.
remember before she left to go on her
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain vacation.
She went at Parker.
She didn't like Parker's penmanship.
I really don't understand the difference between the dashers and the I know the dashers are because they weren't drafted. They were just,
Yes.
grandfathered into the teams.
You did
But
that,
then
didn't you?
I did not do anything.
She erased Jorge.
She took a couple names off. Took a couple names off the board. She really didn't
Instead
like
of
the
it saying
J.
Jorge Briones, it just says
Iones.
Iones.
Again, why do some people have exclamation points? Why do some people not have exclamation points? Like Momo and the big CY.
It's not
Some
the
people have
national
nicknames.
treasure where there's a code to decipher. It is what it is, right? You know who's on what team, and that's what we got going.
Sure.
And you're
One of my
by the way,
favorite
you're on the team that's
producers.
favored to win.
One of my favorite producers, by the way, Ionis.
He's terrific.
One of the best out there.
It sounds like Eastern European.
Ionis. Yeah, I don't know.
I heard Berg actually ordered a new whiteboard so we could just keep that one there in perpetuity.
Put
for
it in
Emily.
like lucite and hang it in the hallway, right? You know how they changed out some of the artwork around here?
Put it in her office.
Yeah. Emily, it could go right above your
Yeah,
computer.
there's enough
No,
space.
then
I don't
it
have any
will get-
Mandy's up there, so
Then it will get wiped.
Absolutely. All right, so we got a good show today. We got a lot of things going on the show today. We're going to get a bunch of Laker players that are going to join us throughout the course of the show. Gabe, Vincent, Jackson Hayes, Torian Prince, Rui Hachimura, all scheduled to join us during our show between about 11 and 1 o'clock. They're going to come in various different spots. So give you those names again. Gaucho, Gabe, Vincent, Jackson Hayes, Torian Prince, and Rui, all scheduled between about 11 and 1. And then Mason and Ireland, they're going to have Cam Reddish around 3 o'clock, give or take. So a lot of Laker talk on the show today, Slee.
Yeah, and a couple things here. So my question is, will Jackson Hayes be a part of Factor Cap?
Hey, well, if he shows up at the
Will
right time.
Rui be a part of the dump?
Yeah, Rui could be in the dump. Torian Prince, if
So we could tell Rui, like, hey, today is National Burrito Day, or it's
See what he likes
National
in his
Sunglasses Day, or whatever the case is.
Good morning, Chris. How you doing over there?
Good morning, fellas. A few minutes behind.
I was waiting. I knew we had a lit Thursday.
There was a fire alarm test over at the East Central. I didn't hear the first announcement because I was on a call about there being tests. So when I heard it, I just went downstairs.
Oh, you
took
bounced.
off. Well, to me, a bad part of a Thursday would be being stuck in a hotel on fire.
What floor were you on?
I'm on both. Cappy and I are on 5.
Oh yeah, that's too high.
Too high to do what?
To jump or get out or climb down.
Yeah,
or
because you're
anything,
just
you
going to
gotta
break
go.
something. You're not going to be
you
out.
You got to go. If you're on the second floor, you can wait. You can
Here's the
wait for the
problem.
second alarm.
Here's the only problem with any fire alarm out there. In a hotel, you're right. You got to get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Here, I think we've had the fire alarm go off for an hour and a half, and we're still doing a show. Or back in the day, I'm still like, yeah, for sure. Let me just call this client real quick and have a quick conversation for a half hour.
But we're also on the second floor,
Yeah.
which means if it's under us, we would probably know because you'd smell something. If it's above us, you got time. You got a little bit of time.
And we got like multiple exits that we can go out.
Right.
Well, do we?
Yeah.
I don't know how to get down here if the elevator's not working.
You don't? You've never
Oh,
taken
yeah.
the stairs?
I don't think I have.
By
Well, that's
Congo
not
room?
completely surprising.
No, probably. It's
Like there's-
down.
like to go downstairs to Sol Agave or Fleming's or anything on that street on Olympic, you can take stairs straight down.
You
had
don't
no
know about
idea.
the stairs there?
I had no idea.
You've only been here 10 years. You don't know about the stairs.
I've never taken the stairs. No, the elevator's always been very functional.
Do we have like a head
Where is?
person?
Hold on, let's not move past this.
We'll give you
Where's
a
the
tour
door?
after the show.
I
There's
need to
two.
know.
Okay,
There's
look,
two
look,
exits to get
look.
down to Olympic.
You go out the sales side.
So if you're going to the
Okay.
bathroom,
Yeah.
Yep.
you keep going down that,
That
hallway,
long
then you make a
hallway.
left.
I don't think I've ever been past the bathroom.
Why are
in
you
the hallway.
scared? Don't be scared, bro.
I thought that's where all the kitchens for all the restaurants were.
And by the way, it appears, and maybe you agree with this,
Okay.
that if you're in that staircase, it's almost like a bomb shelter staircase because now you're locked in both sides.
Yep.
Oh, wonderful! That sounds.
But
great.
also, if something's going on, no, they can get back in. Like if somebody was chasing you, they can get down into the staircase. But let's just say that
But
wasn't
you can't
happening.
go out.
You can't go out.
Yeah.
The only way out is through the
On
street.
Olympic.
Yeah.
Take a little tour of the building. But
I got you.
Our next break.
Do we currently have somebody?
Yes.
Because I think we could find somebody if we don't.
Right.
When there's a fire alarm that goes off, there's usually like the head liaison
With the vest.
With the vest.
Yeah, whistle.
A safety officer.
Do we have somebody currently at this office?
I don't think so.
Are we prepared for that or no?
No.
So since the
I think Stephanie, our Stephanie Alexander, who's our office manager, executive
Yeah.
assistant to the owner,
Yeah.
won the Unsung Hero of the Year.
Awesome.
Today's
person.
Thursday, by the way. We get Panini Grill on Thursdays for lunch.
Let's go.
No,
Excellent.
like Stephanie and I do.
Oh.
And Bergman.
I got excited for a
I mean,
Thanks
if you
for
give us a
inviting us.
$20 bill, you can be in on it.
All
But
right.
the chances
I might
of you
do that.
doing that or taking the stairs
How
today,
about a 10?
the 10 might get it done.
if you don't finish anything on your plate, Travis is here.
Can
Travis
I have the
is here.
pickle that you get with your sandwich?
Is that part of that? The Mediterranean? Are there going to be a pickle in there?
If we're getting sandwiches, there should be a pickle.
Not a
Prob-
sandwich. It's like
No.
Mediterranean food.
No,
Oh,
I
even
think
better.
you're better off
Pepperoncini.
closer to a pepperoncini than you are going to have a pickle.
Yeah.
What were you saying? Oh, Stephanie, I think would be
So
sort of
vest.
the person.
Okay, because this is why I asked the question. You guys remember this? This is years ago. There was a fight of who.
Yes. Yeah.
There
We
were
love
two
this.
people.
I know the story. I didn't
Yes.
get to witness it.
No, there were two people that both thought they were the vest people, and that wasn't determined until there was a fire alarm that went off.
Like a real one?
A real fire alarm that went. It wasn't a fire. It was one of their testing, or maybe one of the restaurants, because the restaurants that happens.
Well, because they're cooking.
They're cooking,
Yeah.
right? They're cooking. So I don't know how it happened, but one of them went to go get the vest and saw the other one in the hallway wearing a vest. So there's like a standoff of why are you wearing the vest? He's like, because I'm supposed to be doing this. I just don't want to have the same issue here.
Can
It
I say
could
something
happen.
that just popped in my head?
Yeah.
I had lunch with Sliwa yesterday. Not at one point did we say for the table.
No, you did.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh,
What'd you get for the table?
nothing.
He didn't actually order anything for the table, but he did say for the
He
table.
just did the bit. He didn't order for the table.
When
And you
we
know what?
first
I
got
used
there,
that-
he said for the table.
And that was it.
And
I
we
used
weren't
that
even
phrase
sitting.
a bunch in Denver. I would like.
How
be
did
with
it go
friends
over,
And I'd be like,
Emily?
For the table, and they were like, "There's no table here." like, like I would be like McDonald's, and I was like, "Yeah, cookies for the table."
Emily has an amazing McDonald's story.
I
that's
can't
coming
wait.
Up later in the in
And
the
welcome
show.
back, producer Emily, producer
Thanks.
Tyler. Tyler here's over there.
Tyler
of course, today's the first day without producer Taylor.
Why you
Yeah.
got the glasses on today, Chris?
I didn't take them off when I walked in. I just came in here.
Okay.
And
Do you
also,
want me- I'm not going to take them off.
It's just inside. It's
Don't take
kind
them
of
off.
a,
No,
kind
no,
of a thing.
don't take them off.
I'm
And
not
I-
taking them off.
I'm sure
By the
that-
way, in here with these lights,
It's not a bad idea.
Who are you, Kaplan, with that story?
What
Because that's
story?
why his eyes are red because
yeah,
of the
but
lights.
why aren't they red right away?
Well, we also had a dinner last night with the whole Sedano and Cap Mishpuka, and his eyes were bright red, and he hadn't been in light for an hour.
Sure, it's a coincidence.
But also, I know that Taylor talked about it probably yesterday, but I am going to go to the show tonight at Waterman's.
Oh, very nice.
So
I
I'm
I
going to go
believe
check it out.
Cappy and I are going to try to effort.
You're gonna go?
Carlo, I think we're because well, it was originally Saturday, and I had
Yeah.
a whole crew coming.
Right.
I had like 12 people coming.
no kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
he got
why do you say
bumped.
that surprise?
No, it's a good group. That was a compliment.
I think he was calling you out on the 12.
I think so.
I think he was surprised that you had
Sure, I was
the
calling you out on the
connections.
12.
By the way, we're
How
also
do you have 12
We're also going
friends?
to talk about
Who, you don't know 12 people.
we're also going to talk about Threads.
He's
Okay.
on LinkedIn.
I was asking about that this morning.
Well, we got a lot. There's a lot of content plans about Threads, and all I know is since I've joined it or created the app or whatever, I'm just getting tons plummeted by notifications because it auto follows everything. So it just takes your Instagram
Oh, geez.
and merges.
That's
So
a
let's
lot.
say like we follow each other on Instagram, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I know that's a surprise to you, but we do. So if you create a Threads right now, it's going to auto follow me, and I'm going to get a notification. And I'm going to follow back, and it's all happening somewhere in the metaverse. And it's not actually happening on your phone, so you're just getting plummeted by notifications. But I'm excited about Threads. Are you excited about Threads, Travis?
I can't wait, Chris. I am so excited about
The
Threads.
first thing he said to me this morning, he's like, Slee.
I actually, guys, I have witnesses. I went in with Emily, Tyler, and Brian.
That's
and
Brian.
I said,
That's Brian Cohen.
It took me a second. I got
The great
there.
Brian Cohen.
I asked him about Threads and if any of them were on it, if any of them signed up for it, because I've been reading a lot about it. It seems like that's kind of where we're moving towards because everybody hates Twitter now. So I'm basically
But here's
ahead
the
of
thing.
the game.
Everybody hates Elon Musk. But Mark
True.
Zuckerberg, if you hate Elon Musk for reasons,
What's the
you might as
difference?
well hate Mark Zuckerberg,
What's
too.
the difference?
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing. But we're all going to be on another platform, which is fine. By the way, I know you guys mentioned that we're going to have the great Lakers that have joined the what's the definition? They're the free agents, right?
Yeah, free
Okay.
agents, some
They'll be joining us
re-signings,
today.
yep.
Also, we are 8 days away from All-Star Friday night as we begin the countdown. We'll be talking about that today. Are you excited, Slee?
Oh, we're ready to
Team
go.
Slee versus Team Mace?
First thing Brian said, this threw me off. And, Mace did this last year, too, where out of nowhere he just picked up Ron Mitchell, and Ron was not part of the game, and then all of a sudden came in as Mariano Rivera and closed out the
pretty
game.
good.
That's why when you and I talk privately, we talk about how Mace is a bad guy.
Brian here,
Yes, Brian Cohen, the great
we
Brian
asked
Cohen.
Brian, hey, do you play? What was his response?
I'm the ringer. That was his
Very confident.
I like that.
no setup, no context. I'm the ringer.
By the way, Brian's from San Diego, grew up listening to Scott Kaplan.
Oh yeah, you're a Cappy guy from way back.
Wait a
Way
minute.
back.
Brian, what happened then?
What do you
You're
mean?
originally from San Diego?
Yeah, Mira Mesa.
What's going on here?
He's a Dodger fan. He likes winners.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Some
Yeah,
people like
And he's got
teams that
beautiful
win.
hair.
Listen,
Thank you.
those
Thank you. It
winners.
takes a lot of time.
Those
Yeah.
winners, they lost last year to our
So
squad.
do the Padres
all good.
eventually.
So
Hey,
did
I
our
got
squad.
a Padre logo
Oh,
sewn on the
we
inside.
definitely have.
on the inside of the
Yeah, that's a
headband.
side
Brian
check
Cohen's
there.
great. Is that a facha, by the way? That's a facha. Beautiful face on that kid.
I don't know. I was like, what does that mean?
Well, I was looking at you, Brian. I was
I had
hoping
no
you were going
idea.
to help me out.
It's a Boogie Nights line. It's what he says to Dirk when he walks him into the house.
So instead of face, you say faccia?
I
Yeah,
was
get
Because
it.
it's an Italian way of saying
preoccupied
it?
with
No,
the
it's
other
not
part
Italian at all.
When
It's
he
just-
walks into the house,
It's just what he says. I'll pull the clip.
I thought it was. Man,
You know what
No.
came? You know what
But
came
that's
up
what we're
yesterday?
talking-
I'm watching Schwarzenegger's
finish it?
documentary.
It's pretty good, actually.
It's
Two in.
terrific.
I'm 2 in. I took a little delay here. I'm 2 in, so I
Yeah.
got the last one left. And then I'm going through Netflix, and I barely am even on Netflix, and it just comes up out of nowhere. Donnie Brasco. Just went right to it.
I did the exact same thing, Al.
You guys both watched Donnie Brasco yesterday?
I watched the first hour of it and then got distracted. Yes.
Okay, listen, I went about a half hour.
Yeah.
I didn't go that. All I wanted to see, I just wanted to see Al Pacino go up to Johnny Depp, show him the ring, and say, "This is I'll take 8,000 for it." And he's like, "It's a fugazi." He's like,
How'd you know that?
then he goes to go get his money back, and Johnny Depp just takes the dude. What are they at, a strip club or something like that? Takes the guy, probably a strip club. It wasn't a Starbucks, so I knew what it was.
In the
I know
library.
what it was. Why are those girls standing like that? I saw a solid half hour of Johnny or of.
They've got the algorithm down. They know what to give you. Did you see all three parts of Arnold? Doc?
No, I've only seen two.
It's the
Yeah, too.
third one you're going to love.
Well, Cappy was talking about it a lot, and of course the whole show gave him grief. And then I put it on in the middle of
good.
one early morning while I was working. I thought it was. I enjoyed it.
It's
really
all three
good.
parts are
Yeah.
really good. The third part's all about his political life,
Right.
and it's obviously local California politics.
Of course.
It's a great kind of rewind to where we were and how we got to where we are. It's
Brian,
terrific.
good, the great Brian Cohen. Were you old enough to vote for Arnold over Gray Davis in the special election, or no?
I was not.
Okay, that's not
Before
surprising.
my time.
He was listening to Scott and BR in the morning.
Great friends. You remember that? Listen, do you know what that is?
I don't.
Okay.
We'll
That
tell
was
you
the-
next.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to lock out
Well, I
completely?
thought
Travis
that's
and
what you were
Sliwa, a
getting
live
ready to
imaging
do.
Thursday. We've got that plus more fun and frivolity coming up next.
All right, we did this yesterday. We do it again. Combat poker at the Commerce Casino. You got to be a part of this. So it's free to enter. The top 18 advance to the second round. I'd probably be top 300, but that's okay. That's just me. Top 18 advance to the second round. Chance to win $10,000. All you got to do is go to ESPNLA.com. That's ESPNLA.com. Make sure to enter.
the holiday is. Travis and Sliwa going on that Electric Avenue. It's a good job there, Brian Cohen.
Billy Ocean, Slee.
Is
that right?
No, not at all. Eddie Grant.
So Eddie Grant.
I trusted you.
We're going to get
Give it a
to
shot.
producer Emily's fun and frivolity from Denver. She's got some great stories. We're going to get to that in a moment. But pay it off, Slee. Why does Kaplan say great friends?
So Great Friends was kind of their line. That's him
Scott and BR in the morning.
Scott and BR, Billy Ray Smith, and Scott Kaplan. So anytime somebody called, they'd be like, great friends, and then they'd say great friends. You go out on remotes, all you heard was great friends.
I think we steal it. I think we start saying it.
Love boat.
Yeah.
They branded it very well.
I think we start saying great friends and see how long it takes for Cappy to notice.
Start doing it.
And, of course, I'll bring it up this afternoon, and then we're going to have a war between shows. And I like that.
Great friends.
Great friends.
Great friends.
Travis,
Great friends.
You don't sound authentic when you say it.
Well, how would you like me to say it?
Actually, do it one more time.
Great friends.
See, that's good for a promo, but if he's saying that to you that way, it's a little too polished.
But it almost
polished. It's too
well,
words.
I'll tell you what it sounds like. It sounds like he's introducing.
Well, I've got a big war with the fun and games department right now on live liners and copy.
Yeah.
And they hate me. Like, I'm not allowed over there right now.
What's the war?
Because they just
regarding?
keep sending versions, and I'm like, no. Got to punch it up, guys. Let's punch it up.
What happens right now if you go back there?
I think
Dirty
they're like,
looks.
Yeah, a lot of dirty looks. Yeah.
That sounded a little polished to me, Slee.
Meanwhile, producer Emily is back from Denver. Welcome back.
Thanks, guys. So I got a bunch of stories, and I don't know which one you guys want in which order. So I'm just gonna give you like a 2-3 word description of what the story is about, and I want you guys to choose which one you want to do. Okay?
Yep.
Choose your own adventure kind of thing. So we got beer spa. We have
Pretty good
Rocky's
start.
games.
Okay.
We have Meow Wolf.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
We have hot dogs. Mm-hmm. We have Travis's retirement home.
Ooh.
And then we have cookies.
Okay, I got mine.
Okay, what do you want?
I want cookies.
I want a Meow Wolf.
Meow Wolf, 100% Meow Wolf.
Great friends.
How am I supposed to wait?
Great friends.
I don't want to wait till later for Meow Wolf. I want Meow Wolf now.
Okay, so let me explain this a little bit. So Meow Wolf is the name of a kind of chain of museums. So it's essentially, how I best describe it is, you walk in and it's like you're waiting in line for a ride at Disney, but there's no ride at Disney. So it's just like a bunch of like lights and colors and things to see, but there's not like a payoff per se. And so you go in, and this Denver specific museum, it is a airport. So you go in and you have different departures to go into, and you have a little card. It's called a boop card or whatever. I know it's weird.
B-O-O-P?
Yep, you gotta boop things with it, and so you go up to the top floor, and they pretend it's like an alien spaceship. Like, you're gonna go up to the top floor, you get off, and you walk around on your own thing, and there's little things that you can boop, and it'll tell you a story. So it'll be like, Agent Sliwa got lost in the universe, and you got to go find him, and you got to try to connect these stories together. But it's all super trippy. So you go there and you see like movies that are off, yeah, like that
Smoke
stuff.
a little, yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the implied way to.
Did you do that?
experience.
Now
Yes.
it's starting. Now all the pieces are
Oh,
starting
now
to
I
come
got it,
together.
because I was wondering what
I
was
was
the
saying,
point
what
of
the
this?
hell is Meow Wolf? And I was almost like I should have went cookies.
Right, exactly.
Now we're getting
And
it.
I was going with my friend and her boyfriend, and it was just like you would sit there and you just like look at the ceiling for 20 minutes, and there's like things moving and everything. It's very strange, very trippy. There's a bunch of different ones. There's one in Las Vegas. There's one coming to Dallas, and each one has like a different storyline. And you're trying to like connect the
Do you
storylines by
win,
booping
or
things.
do you like solve it?
No.
What's the end game of the whole thing?
At the end, we were
You
like,
just your high wears off.
and you leave.
Yeah, exactly.
right.
$15
there's-
for parking.
oh my god, guys. Okay, I want you guys to guess.
It's like imagine staying at a bar till you get sober.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
So the bar's closed. All right, I'll wait
so
here.
you have like certain times to go in. I want you guys to guess how expensive this was.
You told me, so I'm going to open it up
Okay,
to these
Al,
guys.
how guess how expensive this trip to this quote unquote museum was? That is underwhelming to say the least.
Just because you're setting it up that way, I'll go a little high. I'm gonna say $50.
Okay, Chris.
72.
Okay,
Great
Brian.
friends.
I'll say 30.
And Tyler.
30.
I was going to say 75, so
okay.
I'm just going to go a little above Morales on this one.
Okay,
it,
so it's
Tyler.
55
Oh.
with $15 for parking.
Sweet.
So it's
Oh.
around 70, but like it's I would not I'm glad I went once, but I would not go again. And I don't know if the Vegas one's any better, but if anybody's been to Meow Wolf and like has a better experience than I was, or can explain to me why it's so interesting. Please
How
let
is
me
there
know.
how is there not a Twitter handle that's not meow_wolf?
I'm sure there is. It's probably the people that own the place.
Would you go back?
Definitely not.
Okay.
But it is very trippy. It's very interesting. Like you can go and again, substances help. And you can go and like experience these worlds and stuff like that. You can touch things, but it's gross. You would hate it, Travis, because you have to touch things and like other people have touched it. So that's the Meow Wolf
stuff,
story.
and then you like run your hand through your hair. And
That sounds not like I don't understand even altered. Like I can go do that in my backyard or my living room or one of those.
I'm
things.
more confused before the story started.
To go boop things while I'm walking through some weird museum.
I don't know what happened.
And you get quote unquote memes back, but then afterwards we went to a bar called Grandma's House, and they decorated it all like a grandma's house. Like it's in a house, and they have all these like old reusable cups and
butterscotch
stuff.
Candies.
Yeah, butterscotch candies. You can get like flannels and things. There's a bunch of games that are old.
Teacups.
Yeah, there's VHS players.
Blankets everywhere.
Yeah, it was a very cool bar. I would say.
Crocheted on the back of your bar stool.
There's a sewing machine that's
exactly
you could actually use.
It's exactly which one from a bar.
Yeah, I've actually been to the one in Vegas.
Meow Wolf?
Yeah, Meow
That's
Wolf.
a good job, Brian.
It's the one in Vegas is like a supermarket.
Yeah.
And it's like, same thing, kind of like an alien solve a
Did you
story.
like it?
It was interesting. Like I don't think I'd do it again.
Were you
but
in the right frame of mind?
a little bit.
$50, $55.
Look at Brian.
I
Does
think
he
it was
not
only like
seem like he's in the
25
right frame of mind all the time?
Vegas
never
one's
know.
cheaper. Right.
Brian Cohen and our marketing consultant in the back, who's part of All Star Friday Night in 8 days, Matt Burke, they have a look that's common. They have something in common. You know what I mean? They both look like they're enjoying their time.
I've had that look my whole life.
I'm going to tell you this. I
Cody
did not
Bellinger.
expect after Emily's Meow Wolf story is Brian to come in on top. I've been to that one.
Been to the Vegas
one. You been out there? It's like $30.
Well, that's why we call them great friends.
Great friends.
Great friend.
Is this the new for the table, or are we going to put them both together?
Well, you have to. I was explaining this to the afternoon show. You got to develop new things every week.
Mm.
Not all of
Kaboom!
them, exactly. Not all of them are going to be hits. You remember on the old morning show, we had new bits every week. Some of them landed, some of them didn't.
Kaboom.
I like Kaboom.
Has Kaboom landed, or are we still working on it?
I like it.
She's not. Well, she wasn't here. That's the only reason why we haven't heard it in a while.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought you were a Monday, Wednesday, Friday Kaboomer.
I gotta definitely like add it now because I had to make up for last week.
Yeah.
So I had to
You had
add
a
like
day
every day this week. So I'm gonna be off for another week after this. So
Oh, you are?
yeah.
Oh, that's
You're
sad.
working today and tomorrow? And you're
No,
gone
no, no.
all
Are you Steve Mason?
I'm back next week for the full week, but then the week after that I'm gone.
Oh.
She's using actually Mason's vacation time. She's somebody
Because he's got too much and he's not
submitted
going to get
his
to it.
time.
Well, I like how Ireland put it yesterday. That there's the vacation, there's the holiday, and then whatever day on both sides is the Mason holiday. So you get all three of them. I'm going to adopt that.
good living.
philosophy. I was going to say, if you can get away with it,
What
why
are we
not?
doing wrong?
Why not? Have you come out of your 4th of July carb stupor, Chris?
No, yesterday was a lot of carbs.
Oh, you still on it?
No, I'm going to try today to get back in check. I actually got back into I went to the East Central gym. I thought Cappy was going to be in there. He wasn't. So I got like 30 minutes of just a little bit of cardio, and I already feel better. Like yesterday, I felt horrific.
Well, you went on a Bunapalooza.
This is the problem with
The
me.
chips. The chips killed
The
me
chips,
yesterday.
the buns, the drinking. I mean, there was a lot of drinking that went on. You know? And what can you do? It's the 4th of July, and I'm a proud American.
Yeah.
Great friends. But I'm trying to get back in check. I'm trying this weekend to not have any alcohol or any carbohydrates and just work out and eat a lot of veggies.
You're playing golf, though, right?
Yeah, but I can play golf.
Without alcohol?
Although now Tommy's not happy with me because
So you might not be playing
I
golf.
might not be playing.
Why?
The
What
funny,
did you do to Tommy?
well, he's part of this whole
Oh.
like live liner thing.
Okay.
Well, we're trying to perfect the copy around here, so you guys don't grab it and you're like, "Oh, I don't know what to say."
Yep.
Who, was that you or me, Slee?
Probably. It's a very good chance it was me.
I'm trying to create a new system.
All right.
But I do.
If you and Tommy go golfing,
Great friends.
hypothetically.
Yeah, he's my work best friend.
Okay. If you guys go golfing,
That's
and
actually a thing within Good Karma Brands.
know it is.
It's in a manual somewhere.
and he's upset at you.
Yeah.
Does he have the cart and you just got to kind of walk on the outside?
No, it'll be separate carts.
Separate carts. All right.
It's solo carts.
Yeah,
it's
that's
got,
how
it's gotten to that
it
point.
happened once where we didn't talk on the range, and he's like, "It's time to go," and I got in my cart, and we didn't speak for 9 holes.
Not a word.
Not a word. We just hit our shot. I played very well.
Not even a good shot.
I
or
played
you're
very
away.
well, and we were in contention. You know, because as you know, when I'm not distracted, which I'm distracted every time because I start talking about work or I talk about this or I drink or
So when
whatever.
you're paying it full attention,
I'm actually pretty good. So I think we were even. And
No words exchanged for 9 holes.
Not at all.
You're away. Good shot.
No.
I believe
Nothing.
it. I believe it.
This was a few years ago. It was a tough day. And then something happened at 9. I don't remember, and we were fine. So that could be what it's like.
That could be this weekend.
You should call Brian and Joe and make sure they have 2 separate.
And
Our friends over at Black
I
Holes.
could see Morales telling Tommy, "Hey man, have a great rest of your weekend with the family." Tommy doesn't even turn around; just keeps walking. That's a lot. I could see him waving as he drives by, no eye contact.
I have one more thing too before break. But all the employees, when they're inside, inside of the Meow Wolf, they're like, they can help you with the storyline. They can help you with where to go. But they're all wearing like astronaut head-to-toe suits.
Oh,
so
how did you not lead with this?
So there's a lot of like spiral staircases and stuff and like stairs that you have to like split with other people, and they like move out of the way. This is for your own safety, and like they're all like head to toe.
So they're
and
actors inside this thing.
Essentially actors, but they're paid people to help you through the storyline. Which again, my friends and I didn't really care about by the end. We weren't booping a lot, but you're going on.
I love that part of America now.
You should go.
We make money on building places for you to trip out, and like have guides to make sure you're okay. That's actually good.
Wasn't that the purpose of the planetarium for like 30 years?
I never went
You
there.
would just go in there and stare at the ceiling.
Oh, was that it?
Oh, I think so.
Oh, really?
I think that was the Hyperwolf. What's it called? Not Hyperwolf.
Meow Wolf.
Meow Wolf. Hyperwolf's the billboards on the freeway. Meow Wolf is the modern planetarium.
There is like a planetarium section of it that's literally just
Of course
growing
there
mushrooms, so it also makes sense too.
Of course there is.
My friends were going to a Dead and Company
If
concert.
you're high, well, you can just walk into a grocery store
That's what
and
I
I'd be
mean.
looking at
Go sit in the
everything,
park.
just looking like, wow, how the Doritos made. Like I don't need to go to Denver for that. I could get.
Nature's a good
Oh,
spot.
I got another follow on Threads.
Let's go.
Anybody we know?
I don't know. It just keeps popping up.
All right. Shohei Ohtani, one more day closer to them making the worst decision of their life, unless there's another hyper meow something that we need to get into. And I need the cookie story. It's all coming up. It's Travis Slee, 710 ESPN. Hey, if you get hurt in an accident, you need to know that not all personal injury attorneys are the same. It's because they're not all the same. Sweet James are the ones that's been awarded best attorneys in America, and personal injury, it is all that they do. Their success is driven by their passion to help their clients. So where does the passion come from? In Sweet James's case, it comes from having worked for the insurance companies and decided that they're not doing the right thing, that they need to take care of people with medical expenses. They need to take care of people with getting that car fixed. And, of course, we're talking about the settlement. And in the nearly 20 years that Sweet James has been working for you, he's collected over $1 billion in settlement. Think about that. Over $1 billion in settlements in a nearly 20-year career. That's why you want firms like Sweet James, the experience, the winning record, helping injured victims get the medical care that you need, and life-changing settlements. So if you're hurt in an accident, do what I've done and call Sweet James. 1-800-9-MILLION. That's 1-800-9-MILLION. 1-800-900-0000 and sweetjames.com. Hey, it's Travis here. Don't forget, you're going to want to go to ESPNLA.com and nominate a local high school junior or senior for a chance to win $250 in cash plus a VIP experience at our All-Star Friday night coming up in a couple of weeks. You only got a couple of more days to do it. Nominations close on Friday. You still have a chance to get $250 into the pocket of a kid that's doing well in school, doing well in the community as well. That, of course, is from our pals at Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC. ESPNLA.com. Go nominate your kid. Get them $250 and an experience that they'll remember for the rest of their lives.
This Saturday, July 8th, Jada Toys returns to the automotive scene with the event of the summer. Jada Toys presents Homecoming. Homecoming is a celebration of car culture, exhibiting show-stopping vehicles. Taking place at Ancillary Studios in Costa Mesa this Saturday, July 8th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Jada Toys will debut a new line of die-cast vehicles. This event is free, so join the ESPN LA team at Ancillary Studios in Costa Mesa this Saturday, July 8th between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m.
All right, we did this yesterday. We do it again. Combat poker at the Commerce Casino. You got to be a part of this. So it's free to enter. The top 18 advance to the second round. I'd probably be top 300, but that's okay. That's just me. Top 18 advance to the second round. Chance to win $10,000. All you got to do is go to ESPNLA.com. That's ESPNLA.com. Make sure to enter.
Thursday. By the way, what are we doing in like 15 minutes? Since are we doing Hey Did You See or no?
Yeah, I think we're still gonna do it. We're not.
Brian's in.
It's not proprietary to Taylor Smith.
Oh,
so we're gonna have Brian Cohen take
We're gonna
over.
get sued. Just telling you guys right now.
Okay,
He's coming
I think
after
the
your
odds
ass,
of him,
my ass.
of us ever hearing from him. I think if we reach out, he will respond.
Yeah.
But I think just the random Taylor text call, like, "Hey man, just thinking about you guys. What's going on?" I'm not going to be holding.
I sent
my
him a
breath.
text this morning. I said, "Hey, can you cut this up?" Dave Roberts said something yesterday in the postgame. He hasn't responded.
How long do you think it would be until you get something from him? Not Dave Roberts, Taylor.
I think he'd respond.
Not respond, just uninitiated.
Oh, uninitiated?
Yes. He'll respond.
No,
He's good.
uninitiated.
Never?
Nothing. Unless he has like a show coming up in 6 months and he's here in L.A. and he's like, "Why don't you guys come hang out?"
That could be it.
so coming up in about 13 minutes, we'll do Hey Did You See with the great Brian Cohen, who is sitting in with us today. Join ESPN LA at Jada Homecoming this Saturday at Ancillary Studios in Costa Mesa. This free event is open to the public as Jada Toys returns to its roots to celebrate car culture and to debut a new line of premium die-cast. So, Jada, this is not the updated copy, I'll tell you that.
Uh-oh, the war is escalating. This is
That
not
sounds fun.
This is not going to.
You want to go back there right now?
Go back there, right?
You used to be back there.
I mean,
In a
we
different
gotta
time.
Get our stuff together.
Honestly.
If they were going at each other back there when you were still back there, do you just kind of peek your head around the cubicle wall and take it all in
No,
and
he'd be
pretend
like,
you're not listening?
Morales and Tom, you're going at it.
I'd have side bets on the side. Mitchell can't. Everyone would take some action.
Not a bad.
By the
plan.
way, cubes are gone, so there is no
I
more
know.
of that.
I mean, let's look over the top of your little.
It's a
stand-up
different
desk.
work culture.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
All
open floor plan.
Open floor plan, my friend.
Yes.
So, do
Like-
you guys want my cookie story? I know you're
course.
gonna like it, Chris.
I'm going to like it or not like it?
You are gonna like it.
Great friends. Let's go.
Kaboom. Okay. Anyway, so my friend Sarah, who I was visiting, she's my friend from high school. So she does this thing every Friday with her friend Colin, and they call it Treat Friday. All right, so every Friday they treat themselves to a little something like a donut or a cookie or a milkshake or something like that. So I was in town and we were like, oh, we should do the Grimace Shake as our like Treat Friday. So we go to McDonald's, we go to order at this like kiosk thing because they don't have anyone actually taking orders at the front anymore. So it's just you gotta go to a kiosk.
Is it still Grimace's birthday?
It's still Grimace's
Oh,
birthday.
beautiful.
At that point, it wasn't
He's
July
got like
1st.
a Morales style birthday that lasts
You didn't have
the
to make
entire
this.
month.
You didn't have to make this a personal shot.
So
We
you
continue.
Didn't wish
birth
me a
month.
happy birthday.
We continue. Producer Emily's story already in progress.
All right, so we go to the kiosk. We go to order the Grimace Shake. It's out. So we're like, dang it, what are we going to get? So I'm looking at like the sweets and treats section. And
Sweets and treats.
I see this thing called a cookie tote. And I was like, what's a cookie tote? That's insane. And so I go and I look and I see. And so I was like, let's just order the cookie tote. So you had to order individually 13 cookies because cookie.
Do you have the old one?
This is the new copy. Corporate Greg just brought it. The updated copy we updated this morning. Thank you.
13 times.
You had to
And
hit cookie 13 times on the kiosk.
The
Right.
last copy said
Yes.
April 6th.
Hold on, Slee. We got a cookie story.
sorry, I'm almost done.
No,
Gosh.
you're fine. It's them that's being disrespectful.
I was asking about the cookie story.
I'm trying to listen.
Great friends.
I print off the receipt, and so they go to the front, and I hand it to the guy because they wouldn't let me check out on the kiosk. So I hand it to the guy, and he looks at it and says, "Oh, you got the cookie tote?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then he goes to turn behind me and goes, 13 cookies! And I was like, all right, you're going to put me out there like that, saying I got 13 cookies? You
They
might as well.
didn't have to do you like that.
And my friend's just laughing in the background, and like, oh yeah, we're not here with her. I ended up getting the cookies. And it comes out in this like, again, it's like this like box thing that looks like a tote and it looks so dainty, and it's actually pretty great. So
the cookies were good?
the cookies were good, nice and warm, and I should have gotten maybe milk or something attached to it. Only time I'd have milk, but it was really nice.
Yeah, we don't need people to announce that. You can't be going in like a drive-in and you're trying to just do it really quiet. Could I get 2 double-doubles, some fries? There's
Is this
nobody
all for
else
you?
in here.
No,
Yeah.
no, you got to pretend like you're on the phone with your family. I've
Yeah.
done it. Travis has done it.
100%
You're like, hold on.
I've done it.
You're like, okay, I'll get it. Then you hang up the phone. You're like, Yeah, and the little lady, she wants a double-double too, you know.
She's like, sir,
You're really
Pandora's
close.
on. You're not even on the phone.
You're really close. It's this one where you go, okay, I'll take a double, animal-style chopped chilies, fries, and a pink lemonade. And what did she want again?
Oh, you check your phone. Like, hold on, she texted it to me.
She said she wanted a double with a raw onion and a fry and a Coke.
Yeah.
That in itself, the fact that you have to pretend somebody's there, why don't they just not point out that this is all for you? The
Because
13
sometimes
cookies?
they do. It's embarrassing.
The greatest part that when you're in a binge debauchery, like I've been in.
And I was splitting with like 7 people, guys. Let me just clarify. I did not have 13 cookies by myself.
But you had 2 other people with you.
Yes. Well,
right?
I
I'm
had
talking. Chris
multiple.
and I are talking about when you're in the car by yourself or you're at the counter by yourself, and they're looking at you. And look, if you look like you, Slee, nobody's going to assume that you're getting 6 hamburgers for yourself.
Right.
If you look like me. And you say, I'll take 3 double-doubles. They're like, this guy's out of
Hey,
control.
come look at this guy. He's by himself. Look at
That's
his order.
They're saying it with their eyes.
So it happened to me over the weekend.
They're saying it with their eyes.
I just needed a bridge gap between barbecues.
Okay.
So I did the Postmates pickup, which I like. But this, when I got to the establishment, it was Jersey Mike's, which we all love Jersey Mike's. The
Mike's Way.
Of course. Person behind the counter, because I just said, pick up, it's in the cage right there in front. I'm like, this is beautiful. In, out. They don't know. They think I'm a Postmates person. She said, sir, can we see the code for the pickup? I'm like, what? She's like, there's a code on your phone for the pickup. I was like, she's like, are you delivering this or is this for you? I was like, this is for me. She's like, and she paused and she goes, it's okay then.
Oh, my God.
I was humiliated.
You look like you have enough going on in your day. We're just going to just take
Looks
the
like
bag.
those flag shorts have been on for 3 days straight.
Take the bag and get out.
You obviously work for Postmates. What is it, a party of 10? How many people are you feeding here?
I guess there's a code on the app when you're picking up that like verifies, and I guess that's what signals to the other person you're on your way. You know when you get those alerts, they're
You
on their
just
Like
way.
it's
look
been picked up.
Postmatesy. You look like you were there to do work for yourself.
Yeah. It was
happens.
tough.
I don't need to call everybody out on
Great
these.
friends. Great friends.
Sorry, Em. The cookies were good, though?
Yes. Would recommend to anybody to get a cookie tote if you're giving it to a bunch of people or even just for yourself.
13 cookie. It's just, can't I just have, like,
were they big
select
cookies?
all?
No, they're like normal size cookies. They're not like too big or too small, but I really wanted the Grimace shake. You know, I'm just really disappointed in
You ever had a
Grimace.
cookie at Illy?
No.
You know what I'm talking about, the displays. they
Illy,
got
of
there.
course, the coffee
Yep.
joint that is over at the JW that a lot of us go to.
Verbal
And it
font?
has, like, you can go burrito, you can go croissant,
had
you can
both
go
of those.
cookie, or a banana. Like, there's just the most random
But
selection
their egg thing that has no carbs in it.
Okay.
They have, like, an
oh,
egg
the,
cup?
Yeah.
But what is it
situation?
called?
Yeah,
It's
I know
called
what you're
something.
talking about.
It's called something else. Something
bite?
fancier. No, not an egg bite.
I don't know what it's called, but there's a cookie.
Frittata.
Like this
Might
size.
be a frittata.
Scrambled eggs.
This size. Good size cookie.
Yeah.
This morning
One of those
grabbing
big ones.
This morning grabbing coffee. Berg's in line. Take that chocolate chip cookie.
No.
Berg taking down a cookie at 9:30.
I like that.
I like the volume of cookie.
I can't-
But the
I
problem
can't
is
eat that much
Those
cookie.
large cookies are always overbaked. They're too hard. They're not like a regular size cookie is that size for a reason. They're chewy when they're supposed to be chewy. They're crunchy when they're supposed to be crunchy. Those big ones are either raw in the middle or they're like a frisbee. They're hard as a rock. There's no middle ground.
I'd also add this as Berg, because before the Mandy's, he was the one pushing the Lose It app on me, which I jumped. He was like my coach. And then I've been talking about how I'm out of control right now. I'm going through one of those things. And he's like, this morning, a text, Chris, let's get back on it today. We're going to take on the day together. And the guy's eating
awesome.
a cookie at 9:30 a.m.
Awesome. And then before
Did he
he
share it
walked
with you?
in here, give me a little piece.
Was it any good?
Yeah, it was actually pretty good.
I thought you
can't
said you
do-
got me coffee.
I
Where
did
is
get
it?
you coffee.
Where is it? Oh, it's in the other room?
Yeah, it's in your office.
Oh.
It's in the office there. It's just sitting there.
You must have been in a good mood this morning.
Oh,
You
yeah,
were
he
offering
texted me.
Coffees all over
Yeah.
the place.
You know what
For
I
the
shoulda-
table.
You know what I
For the
should have done?
table, indeed.
You know what I should have done? Now that I know he hadn't grabbed his coffee, should have refilled mine. Should have opened up his. What's up in
You
here?
only fill that up halfway?
Oh, I'll share it with
Hold
you.
on.
I'll share it with you, Slee. We're family.
You're
I'm
not
not
gonna-
familiar.
you're not
We're
gonna
great
drink it all?
friends.
I will take some.
Great friends.
I will take some.
How was that?
It was fine. Hey, did you see with Brian Cohen coming up in a few minutes? And then
Yes.
are we going to get to the Otani story?
Yeah, what'd
We're
you
gonna
say
get
about
to-
Is
Ohtani?
yesterday the worst day in the history of an MLB team?
Sunday.
Sunday, I mean. Sorry.
Sunday was the worst day
No.
in the history of an MLB team. Yeah, it was Sunday, right? When he
Yeah,
broke
it
his-
was seven.
Saturday.
What's today? Thursday?
No, I'm so
it's
screwed up by
Tuesday,
that.
right?
Before you're right. It was
Tuesday. Well, Monday was Trout.
Emily, what was that number about the amount of
So
their
it was
payroll?
July 3rd, and it was 44% of their payroll was gone as of July 3rd in the 8th inning.
44% of their payroll
Yeah.
gone in an inning and a half.
I got good news for Dodger fans. I have bad news for Angel fans.
It's a good tease right there.
Which one? Yeah, but we already teased the Ohtani one.
That's all right.
This one's actually very simple. Padres are not a good baseball team. They got the Angels for 3 straight games. They got their first sweep of the year.
Is that true?
That is what it's their first. I think it might even be their first 3-game winning streak, which I hope I'm wrong, but it might be true as well. Their first sweep of the season,
played 85 games,
came against the Angels.
That's not good for the Angels.
When they injured 44% of their payroll.
The entire universe
and the Dodgers have the Angels.
Trade this man.
Yeah.
And they're not going to trade him, and it's the most Angel thing.
I think they're
going
to trade him.
We'll do it next. They should. They absolutely
they will.
should. It's coming up. It's Travis Slee, 710 ESPN. And for the ones who get it done, Grainger offers high-quality supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as access to product specialists who have the knowledge and experience to answer your toughest questions. Plus, their commitment to being your safety partner can help you keep your facility safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
What a roller coaster of a season for our Lakers.
From a season start that left us all feeling hopeless.
And the Lakers going to fall to 2-10 on the season.
Rob making huge moves at the deadline.
Vanderbilt went over 3 Warriors and grabbed it and put it back up and in.
Hope returning to Crypto.com in the Southland.
Here's D'Angelo Russell. Kicks it right side. Hachimura for 3. Good again. This kid can't miss. One-on-one against Kenrick Williams. Backing him in. Turns. Shoots. Scores! There it is! All hail the new king in town. Young and old, gather round. From one iconic Laker to another. The king, LeBron James, has passed the captain.
And a playoff run nobody saw coming.
We told our analytical department that gave us a 0.3% chance of making it to the postseason. Now here we are in the playoffs.
I don't care. He's old. I poke bears. I don't respect no one until they come.
Austin Reeves has got it. Reeves to LeBron, lay it up and in. 42-13 Lakers.
For an old guy, he beat Brooks down the floor pretty easily.
They threw Dylan Brooks out of the game.
We cheered together, we celebrated together, and we will smile together now that the season is over. Thanks, King, AD, Austin, and the rest of the Lake Show for getting us back to the playoffs.
The home of the 17-time champion LA Lakers. 710 ESPN.
Travis and Sliwa, and it's time for the segment we do around this time, 10:40 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Hey, did you see that sky today?
Did you guys see that?
Basically, the days we don't do Ask Slee, we do this thing. It's called Hey, Did You See?
Did you see that? I thought I did it.
Did you see the memo about this?
I mean, I'm excited. You can tell by my read. Hey, did you see?
Oh, hey, did you happen to see?
It's time for Hey, Did You See?
Hey, man, did you touch my drum set?
Have you read this?
Right now on Travis and Sliwa.
All right, we're going to get Brian's Hey, Did You See in just 1 second. Just a reminder that starting about 20 minutes from right now or so, we're going to have a series of Lakers come through. Gabe Vincent, Jackson Hayes, Torian Prince, Rui Hachimura, and then on Mason and Ireland, Cam Reddish is scheduled to come as well. So a whole bunch of Laker talk coming up in just a few minutes. Brian, what do you have?
By the way, limit yourself to some of the Santa Barbara questions. I'm already, I almost want to leave because I know I'm not going to get a question in.
We'll see.
And nothing will be about the Lakers. It's going to be about his time at...
Just give me one, and then we'll play it by ear from there. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll go from there.
Fair.
Deal?
Fair.
What do you got, Brian?
All right, so for the first one, speaking of the Lakers, I don't know if you guys saw today, NBA 2K dropped their next cover athlete. 2-part version. First one's going to be the Kobe Bryant edition, rocking the number 8. And the second one's going to be the Mamba edition, rocking the 24. So on terms of the cover athletes and stuff like that, my question to you guys is it time to change the NBA logo? And which player would you choose?
So I think that updating those logos every once in a while is a really good idea to get it a little bit more modern, right? So the NBA has had Jerry West for as long as I can remember. Major League Baseball, that's actually a real guy. That's Harmon Killebrew, played for the Twins for a long time. The PGA Tour, it was long thought that it was Johnny Miller. The NFL has a shield, so they don't have a guy. I like the idea. Like, why not have the logo be Michael Jordan, or have it be LeBron James or Kobe Bryant, or one of those guys, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Skyhook, like an identifiable player, and change it up every few years. I don't think there's any downside to it at all, but you can't just kind of have it be a flavor of the month thing. Kobe's a great choice. Kareem would be a great choice. Magic Johnson would be a great choice. Jordan, but you can't just do it every year. You need to pick the right guys.
All right, what's the amount of time? Is it like every 20 years, every 25 years?
We did it every 5.
Does it seem a little...
And you know that it's coming along.
Seems a little too quick.
Too quick?
Also, I don't know. For me, I don't even... Honestly, the guys you listed, I honestly didn't even know that was Jerry West until like 3 years ago.
That's why you need to change it. Right? That's exactly right.
Can I tell you the one that I think, if you're going to give somebody else the logo for X amount of years, I think it is Jordan. I think that's kind of an easy one to just, hey, if it's Michael Jordan, who really, really, you can make a case for a lot of different people changing the game. You can make a case for players that had such impact globally on the game. But doesn't Jordan, if you're going to change the logo, wouldn't Jordan be the guy that you say?
He's probably the next best
Michael
choice,
Jordan.
But okay, there's going to come a time.
And then you want to change it in
as
6 months.
That Michael Jordan will be like, who? Believe it or not, that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's not right now because of the apparel line and everything else, but that Emily did not know that that's Jerry West. And like you said, Emily, I'm assuming you didn't know that that's Harmon Killebrew from MLB.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, these are all real guys that the design of the logo will be identifiable. The person in the middle of it doesn't have to stay the same.
And if not Jordan, maybe like Plumlee.
Sure.
Right?
Gabe Vincent, Gaucho.
Sure.
Let's do that.
I like LeBron.
LeBron works.
Works.
Everyone will know.
Who would be on the NFL one, you think, right now? Tom Brady?
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I don't think there's any real debate about it.
I don't think you got to overthink it.
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
I mean, yeah.
The only other player you could look at if you want today, modern, this, that, you're talking Mahomes, but Tom Brady.
There's one other guy you could put on the NFL logo if there was a person on it that would make a lot of sense, because he's undisputably the greatest player at his position ever, is Jerry Rice. Mm-hmm. You could put Jerry Rice in there too, and that would work.
And I think, like, especially too, if you're trying to do something that's like the iconic movement, Mahomes would be interesting, because like you could see a Mahomes pass a mile away. You can't really differentiate between a Brady pass and, I don't know,
put Brady's face in there. He's pretty handsome. Just have him staring back at us.
All right, moving on. So for the second one I got here, I don't know if you guys have seen the MSG Sphere in Vegas, the new round sphere that's taken over the internet.
Yep.
Over this
my
weekend.
living nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, way to hear this one, Slee. There's a lot going on.
A lot going on. They had 4th of July stuff going on. Really cool. If you haven't seen it, look up video, look up the stuff. But it's built for concerts, and it's supposed to be, they're saying, the best concert, the best sound you've ever seen. So if you guys are going, opening night, what's the concert that should be opening that sphere? Anybody, dead or alive?
I'm gonna go. So if I'm just going pure popularity, it's going to be different than what my cup of tea is, right? So if I'm doing my cup of tea, I'll just use as an example, and this was one of the best shows that I ever been to, and I think if it's all about the sound and, oh my gosh, it's going to be this, going to be that, Rage Against the Machine would be an amazing, amazing show for that type of set, right? Popularity perspective, I don't. Is it Taylor Swift? Is it like?
I don't think that's going to be the best show for that.
Well, then if it's not that, and I'm just talking about pure popularity.
Why is that? Because she's the most popular artist going right now.
I think she's an amazing performer, but I think that I just don't think that that's.
What's unique to the venue that doesn't suit her?
Why don't you why don't you like her?
Sound wise, she is not the most talented vocalist in the world. So I would rather, if I'm going to do this where the sound is specific, not just the performance is specific, I want someone who has the best sound in the world, which is why Rage Against the Machine would be really cool. I think that like Bruce Springsteen would be really cool. Someone who can like really fill the space with their vocals, and I don't think that's her specialty.
Wow. I didn't know she had some flaws.
Stunned.
I'm with you.
I'm stunned.
Hey, I gotta
I'm
be
with
honest
you.
with
It's
my
like
gal.
it's like a draft board, and you're like, look, the speed, how
Wembanyama
high
didn't
he
get
jumps.
picked.
But then there's
take
one
Scoot
area.
Henderson.
It's
What?
basically she just her scouting report plays no defense.
You know, Taylor Swift she can go a lot of places, but if we're gonna go over the perfect place for her,
She's Luka.
You know, like Wembanyama would fit in a lot of places, but the perfect place for him was probably the Spurs. So you know.
I don't know anything about music, so you can put in whoever you want. And I'm
He
still
always
not going.
says that, and then a song comes on, and
But
he
I guess
guesses
Billy
the
Ocean.
artist.
I guess Billy Ocean.
And
It
I
was
went.
Eddie
I was
Grant.
like, okay.
But let me explain why this fear is my living nightmare. So I have a recurring nightmare in which the moon is getting a lot closer to Earth. It's getting so
Okay.
close, so close, so close until the last second, and it crashes into the Earth.
That's not good.
And
That's
then-
not good.
And it's like recurring. And so when I saw this like sphere and they put it like looking like the moon, I was like, well, that's not a good idea for Emily. And then I just don't want to see that. It's too scary.
Do full moons like freak you out? Like when you get because you know when a full moon it looks just enormous in the sky
Yeah.
for a few minutes and then it looks a little more
I don't
normal
really. I just
size.
don't really like to look at it. I mean, especially if it's like one of those harvest moons where it's like orange and
Yeah.
like even like looks a little closer to the Earth. Yeah, no, thank you. You can miss me with that one.
I'm going to need some sort of dream analyst that is going to call in and tell us what the moon hitting the Earth means. 877-710-ESPN. Because now I'm scared of that. I never even crossed my mind, and now it's something
not
that I
gonna
need
happen.
to
It's
avoid.
just so
It
we do
might.
know that U2 is opening it. I think that's the
Yeah, I think
already
that's-
determined
wow.
thing. So U2 is opening it, and it would be a great. They're obviously
That's a
going to
good-
be a great band to open.
Good choice.
They were already put all on our iPhones back in the day.
That's right.
I honestly think it's still on mine. I don't know how to get rid of it.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
It's the only. There was a moment where anytime I got in my car, it was the first thing that I always played.
What?
And I was like, what the hell's going on
So,
here?
you know,
I didn't press it.
Put your phone every once. Sometimes you just hit shuffle and you just kind of get what you get. Those songs still pop up. I'm like, and I like U2. I have a lot of U2 music on my phone, but there are some U2 songs I don't like. Most of them from that album, and it's like, what? Why is this still here? It's been 10 years, 20. Can't get rid of it.
All right, so we got another one here, probably last one. It's been rumored that Netflix is going to do a 10-part docuseries on Jerry Jones. Is this going to live up to The Last Dance, or what are you guys' expectations to see this kind of docuseries?
So you said 10-part?
Yes.
Okay, that's too long.
Yep.
That's as long as Last Dance was.
But Jerry Jones is a fascinating person. I think it will be good if. I'm going to give you my review, having not seen it, having not known it existed until 30 seconds ago when Brian told me about it.
Yep.
It will be one of those things that I'll watch all 10 episodes. I will enjoy all 10 episodes. I like Jerry Jones as a subject matter. I think he's super interesting. He's had a multifaceted life. He's funny. He's all of these things. And when it's all said and done, it's like, you could have done that in 3 episodes, not 10. That's my review of that, because he's awesome and interesting and funny and kind of a wild card and all of these things. 10 episodes on somebody that's not Michael Jordan or somebody like that seems way too many.
So I kind of like the concept of going away from an athlete, because there's so many of these purely based on just athletes. If it's interesting, and I don't know enough about Jerry Jones, I know that you were in the background of one of the pictures, and I didn't
Hopefully
give
that
you
makes the doc.
and I didn't give you enough emotion.
You were excited about Parker's hat.
Parker had a 1987 NBA Lakers hat. But I think with all that being said, I can actually see myself more interested in that than some of these other documentaries that are out there on some of these former athletes. Jerry Jones arguably owns the most popular team in the country. Yankees, Cowboys, Lakers, there's only a few of them, right?
Yep.
And he's at them for as long as he has. They've kind of gone through.
Been bad at it.
And he's been bad at it.
Except for making money. He's been great at making money. He's been bad at winning championships and playoff
Show
games.
me some interesting things that I didn't know. I'd love to be 5 episodes in, looking forward to a 6th episode. See if it
Episode
happens.
1, how much Johnny Walker Blue does Jerry Jones go through in a week? I'd watch every single second of that. He likes that. He drinks that like you and I drink coffee. Like you and I have a couple cups of coffee a day. Open up another bottle of Blue.
Want
This
a
thing's
cup
like
of Starbucks?
$400 a bottle.
Open up that.
Why not? All right. We're on Laker Watch starting basically about right now. We're going to get a handful of Lakers that we get to talk to today, including Gaucho Gabe Vincent. Very excited about that. But you said, Slee, that you think the Angels are going to trade Ohtani. I hope you're right, but I think you're wrong. That's next. It's Trav and Slee, 710 ESPN. Hey, it's Travis here. Don't forget, you're going to want to go to ESPNLA.com and nominate a local high school junior or senior for a chance to win $250 in cash plus a VIP experience at our All-Star Friday night coming up in a couple of weeks. You only got a couple of more days to do it. Nominations close on Friday. You still have a chance to get $250 into the pocket of a kid that's doing well in school, doing well in the community as well. That, of course, is from our pals at Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC. ESPNLA.com. Go nominate your kid. Get them $250 and an experience that they'll remember for the rest of their lives.
This Saturday, July 8th, Jada Toys returns to the automotive scene with the event of the summer. Jada Toys presents Homecoming. Homecoming is a celebration of car culture, exhibiting show-stopping vehicles. Taking place at Ancillary Studios in Costa Mesa this Saturday, July 8th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Jada Toys will debut a new line of die-cast vehicles. This event is free, so join the ESPN LA team at Ancillary Studios in Costa Mesa this Saturday, July 8th between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m.
Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Little before 11 o'clock on a live imaging Thursday. We do Thursday today because Tuesday was the 4th of July holiday. Great friends. Travis and Sliwa. Yeah, a little Bob Marley for you.
Start drinking the coffee yet or no?
No, not yet. Oh, I had coffee this morning at the hotel. I'm trying to space it out.
After your workout.
Which hotel?
East Central, of course, across the street. Our friends at East Central. Cappy and I stay there often during the week, so we don't have to make that long commute back when we have a quick turnaround, as we say in the biz.
Both of you guys on the 5th floor.
Both on the 5th floor.
How far from each other?
I was 501.
Okay.
No, he was 501. I hope he's not still in his room. But if you're there at the East Central, go knock on 501, see what
How
he's
many
doing
slumber
there.
parties do you guys have?
Oh, no, listen. We spent a lot of time together.
501.
And I was 524.
Do you jump on the beds?
So you guys were far from
pillow fights?
I like being on opposite floors. Like if you're traveling with a group, right, and there's more than other people are staying in the hotel, I don't like having them on the same floor. I like having them spread out.
Little separation?
Yes.
That's
and then tonight,
I like having that the door that basically
the joining rooms. That I hate those. Those freak me out because what if somebody on the other side is up to no good?
And up to no good or just a little loud?
No, up to no good. Little loud can be kind of interesting.
Really?
Depending on what's happening.
What kind of weirdo are you?
All sorts of different kinds of weirdo. But up to no good, like I don't need that person having some sort of vision.
Do you tell the hotel, hey, it's way too quiet in here. If I can get a different room.
And then, of course, Cappy and I will be heading down south today. So this is what we do. We both stay the night when we have the tight turnaround on the next day. And then the next day we drive back to South L.A. But we're going to be stopping by in the South Bay tonight to see producer Taylor's goodbye show, his final goodbye show in Southern California. By the way, where is it? It's Waterman's, right?
Waterman's.
And that's in Redondo or Hermosa?
Hermosa.
Hermosa. I don't know the difference.
And
everybody who's about to DM, oh, my God, I just don't spend a lot of time in the South Bay.
No,
they're right next to each other.
Are
you
they
going tonight, Al?
No go. The one we went to was the one we were both able to go to. I can't go tonight.
Yeah, I can't either. Report back, Morales.
I mean, I'll post about it.
Okay.
Not on Trends, though. I don't know how to do it.
Threads.
I will tell you.
Threads. That, of course,
is a better name.
Threads is the new Instagram, Twitter-type platform that you can easily just install the app, and your handle on Instagram is now your handle on Threads, not Trends.
Automatically?
Threads. Yes. Ooh. So you haven't done it yet, obviously.
I haven't done it yet, but I like my handle on Instagram.
And then it just takes all the followers you have from Instagram, and it just merges everything. So you're going to get nonstop notifications. But it's going to be fun. This could be the new thing. Slee, this could be the new thing. Have you?
I have not. I have.
Now, how many? Now you have Alan Sliwa on Instagram.
Yes.
Do you have Lakers Talk on Instagram?
No.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Jack?
Not sure.
You should go get Lakers Talk Slee right now.
Don't say that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Everybody knows now.
Well, you never had it. You were never going to get it because I already got it.
I think at one point.
Did you already grab? You squatted on it.
It was Lakers Talk ESPN I used to have.
Lakers Talk Slee.
Yeah. Back in the day. Okay, I got a question. Are you not bombarded with all these notifications? Don't just turn them off.
I don't like to turn off notifications because then I'll forget,
turn them off.
and then I'll miss a DM popping.
See, he has different goals.
I do have different goals.
Your goals and my goals are more similar when it comes to that kind of thing. His are different.
Mine are different.
Yes.
8 days.
Good
you know what the goal of
Great
All-Star
friends.
Friday night is at West Covina Sportsplex? Coming
No
up in
one
8
gets
days.
injured.
No. That somebody gets injured and it's hilarious. Not in a bad way, but like Kaplan being injured last year and then just throwing home run after home run as he was pitching. That was funny.
Why do I feel like Cap is getting a bad rap for his pitching? It's softball. You give up 7-8 runs. Isn't
He
that
gave
normal?
up 3 home runs in a row. Look at Travis. Travis killed him. All due respect.
Oh, Brian, got to put it up.
Brian, come on.
Brian!
Does Travis go deep? Travis goes deep!
That one.
The great Brian Cohen sitting in today for Taylor's old spot. We don't have to say sitting in for producer Taylor anymore because Taylor's not here anymore. Just Brian Cohen was with us today. Of course, producer Tyler is back there, too.
Tyler here. The show that you go to tonight.
Yes.
Taylor was a lot different in the last show.
Completely different.
I mean, he was like the center of attention, was on the mic 95% of the time.
So it's the third time I had seen him. The previous 2, he was really good. And I don't want to make it sound like anything other than he was very good the first
but
2
he was
times.
kind of like a sidekick.
Dude, he was letting it rip.
Yeah, he was.
On Thursday. Like, he was out there really kind of putting it out there. It was a very different version of Taylor. He was terrific.
Here's a little insight to corporate Greg. How he's like he's fronting a little bit. He's fluffing his feathers.
Yep.
So 2 Thursdays ago, I was here in the office, and I said, "What are you eating?" It looked like some nice Mediterranean dish. And he goes, "Oh, on Thursdays we get panini grill." And I said, "Who's we?" Like, I didn't know about this.
Yep.
And I'm on these emails. He goes, "No, Steffi and I, we got a thing. On Thursdays we get panini grill." I go, "Oh, okay, cool." So of course I made it a bet. I have now been included in the panini grill. So the great Stephanie Alexander, our office manager, executive assistant, unsung hero of the year at the Mandy's.
Yep.
Sends a very cute text to both of us with like a Post-it that says, "On Thursdays we have panini grill." He just writes, "I'll take my usual."
Oh, it's a flex.
Wow. Another flex on this panini grill thing.
That's a flex for sure.
He loves to be recognized. He loves to be known. Like, the same thing with Illy. He
the only
loves
thing
when
you
you'll know
could
him.
say, The only thing you could say worse than that would be Stephanie's laughing over there. The only thing you could say worse than that is you already know.
Oh, here
what
comes
I want.
corporate Greg.
The only thing you say.
Oh, wait, we
only
have to
thing
say
you
the
say
usual.
is,
The usual.
You already know what I want. You already know what I want.
Right.
And like,
is that
kind of
not
some
a flex?
type of dismissive? Text.
Like, if I was at your home,
turn his mic off. Don't let him talk.
No.
If I was at your home for
this?
dinner, right?
Yeah.
And the great lady Slee says, "Oh, guys, we're getting so and so." Even though that's your significant other, if you just say, "Oh, my usual, hun," that just is weird.
First of all, there was no hun that gets involved there. I don't
Why
use the
would
word
you
hun.
text
Well, sometimes
hun
I do.
in a group text? That's what we
No,
want
he
to know.
did. He just said, "I'll take my usual."
Well, here's 2 things about that. First of all, Stefan knows because it's on Thursdays we have panini grill.
On Thursdays we have panini grill.
Second flex in 30 seconds.
And then on Wednesdays you wear pink.
And second, I don't actually know what it's called.
That's the best possible explanation, by the way. Did you get
the most likely?
I know.
And the most likely.
So we got something,
Awesome.
and we got something a couple times, and I was like, "That's really good," and she knew what it was. So I was like, "Hey,
question for you.
Yeah.
So far, 9:30 in the morning, you're taking down a big cookie.
Oh my God, it was
Yeah,
so
what
good.
was you tried to motivate me this morning with
know.
that text.
Well, no, let's start now.
He lost all his calories on that one.
How many calories do you think was in that cookie?
It was probably
800.
about,
Bro,
you
it was
know,
a big calorie.
It was
a big cookie.
Was it chocolate chip?
Thin, chocolate, of course, it was chocolate chip, and it was soft. Travis, it was not hard. And it
How
wasn't,
big was it?
It was about
big, bro.
It was about that.
I'm skeptical.
No,
Do you like
it was
snickerdoodle?
delicious.
I like
They
like
could-
a
that's a
snickerdoodle.
good,
Yes.
that's a good cookie.
They
Yes.
could barely put it in. You know the packaging that they have.
It's
I'm
sticking
not
out the
kidding.
top?
I'm not
No,
kidding.
it was sticking out.
No, it was the width of it. The width was so much.
what?
Like you almost have to like rip
like a cake.
But look, it was not too hard, which you were talking about, and also it was the right softness as well.
Hard to get that big cookie soft.
Oh, no, it was. And that big cookie was soft, sir.
Brian, we're gonna have to cut that. I know you're new to that world. We'll cut that part up, right?
Basically, cut everything.
Yeah.
Let's just do that. But yeah, it was delicious. Starting now, Chris. We
the
start
text.
But is the panini grill?
Wow.
Is that like a 12:15 adventure? 12:30? Like,
now. No, we got to order it now.
so I need a menu.
It's on the text.
I
thread.
don't like a digital menu.
It's too close.
There should be a printed out
You're an
menu for me.
analog
Okay,
guy.
wait.
I am.
Okay,
Okay,
you go to a
this-
restaurant. You
this
go to a
starts
restaurant.
the whole copy issue we're dealing with.
You
Wait.
go to a restaurant. Are you doing your phone or are you asking
I
for a
make a
menu?
QR
I'm asking for a menu.
I hate the QR code.
I'm
I make
asking for a menu.
Yeah, I make a big stink.
Hold on. Can we talk about flexes real fast?
Oh.
You're talking about my flexes. He's talking about I can't look at it on my phone. I need a printed out copy.
I
No,
like
but
a
that's
menu.
that's not
At
a
an
flex.
office building.
Yeah, but that's
you're
not a
talking
flex.
about wrong
building.
3 guys because we're all
It's
paper
not a
menu
flex.
guys.
That is more just so I can freaking read the menu.
You're
Plus,
saying print me out a
I
menu.
want to
to
see
zoom,
it all.
zoom out. I wanna see
don't
it all.
want- Like,
See the
on,
apps?
on your phone, you're like, okay, that looks good. I'll just take it. I don't want to keep scrolling through it. I want to see it all in one big shot.
We're not at a restaurant. We're in an office building.
But there's no reason you
You're in
can't
a
have
studio.
a menu.
But like, I mean, there's
If
not
you
one
guys,
that's
if you have a standing, I'll
print
take
me
my
a menu.
regular order. They should stick a few menus in the bag.
See, if anything, he's going to say, "Print me a menu, hun."
For the table.
For the table.
Great
Hey,
friends.
For the table. Do you like the Great Friends bit?
I do like the Great Friends bit.
How many days a week do you have Mastros for lunch?
3.
I don't think
But
Masters
it's not open.
Masters isn't open for lunch.
Right. No,
The waiter
Which is
from
why I say
Mastros
3.
is walking over.
He goes into Masters and says, I'll take my
it's
usual.
actually just
Goes all
for
the
me.
way to his office. Takes it out.
Mr. Belvedere walks over.
Look, if you want to bring back the King Berg bit where we have, because of my Illy, which
Lord
all of you,
Berg.
Lord Berg, I
Yes,
apologize.
yes.
Then yes, I'm totally fine with it.
Did you guys know that Emily,
Yeah.
not that big of a fan of Taylor Swift anymore?
What happened?
That's
Oh
a
my
lie. That's a lie.
gosh.
It's a lie.
Really?
I'm just
She
saying.
did dump on her. Said she's a lousy vocalist. And
They
she
said
can't-
anybody-
It's not
Emily.
her
This is a whole
strength.
new
It's
vocalist.
the best
is not her
example.
strength.
The best example we could give is look. Did you hear? It's not her strength. The best
Wait a minute.
example
You're
we
saying
could
that
give.
she's not a good vocalist?
Okay, I'm saying.
I mean, isn't that like the biggest thing of being a
Can I
singer is
please
being a
explain?
vocalist?
Can I please explain?
I'm a painter. I'm just not good at it. I just
Okay.
have
I
trouble
like to use
painting.
pencil when I paint.
We were saying that the Sphere is made to be the best sounding thing in the entire
The place in
world. Like
Vegas.
the
Oh, yeah,
the
that thing
acoustics
was
are
crazy,
supposed to be
yeah.
amazing, and so I'm saying they asked me, "Oh, shouldn't Taylor Swift perform?" Then I was like, I think that she is better served in sort of a stadium, a big performance layout, because she's amazing at songwriting, amazing at performing, and I would say her vocals are like an 8 out of 10.
She can get buckets.
As
She
opposed to
doesn't play
10 out of
defense.
10.
She plays no D.
All
So
I
wait,
heard
hold
is
on,
that
hold on.
she's not a good vocalist. That's
Right.
all I'm hearing.
So you're saying, Emily, that she's great at everything, but you just wish somebody else sang her songs.
So you're
She
saying
should
that
be
when
a producer, singer.
Hey.
She should be a producing
not what I'm
writer.
saying.
So when
maybe
you're
a
in a
backup
big,
vocalist,
when you're in a big stadium and the sound could be slightly manipulated, and there's all these flashing things to take your attention.
Explosions.
But if you
That's when she's good. Otherwise,
so if she was performing
her-
in a bar with 40 people, one of my greatest
Mm-hmm.
moments was George Springsteen, Bruce Springsteen, who I've seen many times in the stadium. I saw him at a special Netflix event, thanks to a
Right.
friend of mine, in front of 50 people.
He's a great
And
vocalist.
guess who
no
introduced him?
kidding.
Martin Scorsese. And
Wow.
it was incredible.
Where did you
Awesome.
see this?
This was a Netflix
This is
event
at,
to promote
IHOP.
his
This is
Here in
at
town?
IHOP.
Yeah, a few years ago.
in Whittier.
But my point is, Whittier, where the girls are prettier. My point is, Springsteen could pull it off.
50
So
guys.
that's what I said. I did say that Springsteen
Do you think
could do
that
the Sphere.
Swift could pull that off?
She could do an intimate show. I'm just saying.
Would you
Again,
want to see that intimate
yes,
show?
of course I would.
Only half
I'm-
would walk out.
Guys, I'm saying she's an 8 out of 10
Okay, but
vocally,
isn't it fair?
a 11 out of 10 on everything else.
Isn't it fair that
Are we
we
still
were
teasing
not
the Ohtani
expecting?
story?
Not anymore.
Talking about cookies.
Okay,
What do you want
guys.
to say about Ohtani?
Sorry.
Go ahead, say it right now. You got like a minute.
I feel like Emily. has
Who's a
been
better
bullied.
singer, Ohtani or Taylor Swift?
Ohtani. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but
Ohtani's
Ohtani
not
sang.
nearly the songwriter, but he's a far better performer. He's a far better performer than Taylor
Exactly.
See, this is why we're great friends.
Hey guys,
Great friends.
tomorrow you're gonna hear a lot from me about Taylor Swift. She's dropping a new album tonight.
Oh, is she really? Another
so
new
she
album?
She just had a new album.
She's doing
Is
her
this real?
Speak Now Taylor's version, so she's re-recording her old album, adding 8 songs at the end. Hey, it's
Are they
because
all about her recent breakup?
it's from 10 years ago. It's an old.
What about-
it's
you
an
said
old album.
I
adding
saw
songs.
where
No
she's
album?
getting back together with that Matt kid.
She's not. So
Oh.
wrong.
I saw
That's like the Lakers
I saw
saying,
it on
"Hey,
the internet.
come
It has to
to."
be true.
That's like the Lakers saying, "Hey, come to crypto. We're going to air 3 seasons ago. We're going to air the games from 3 seasons
And
ago."
then,
Three
but then
new
add
dealer.
footage you haven't seen. So it's like watching Last Dance. You've seen a lot of this stuff. There's just a lot of things you haven't seen. So she's adding, I think, 8 new songs at the end. It's Speak Now Taylor's version, and she's re-recording because she doesn't own the masters.
She's
because
like
her masters
the mob.
got stolen.
She just keeps juicing her fans. She's like the mob.
That's true. That's true.
Honestly.
She does juice her fans, and
I
they
got a
are
new
rabid.
album.
Right.
There's 8 new songs. You know you want it.
Exactly.
You know that
All
you
the other
want
ones
it.
are still old, but that's fine. It's
Yeah, and her voice has matured.
Oh, does that mean worse?
yeah, right.
No, it does mean better.
Not a great vocalist.
Yeah, no.
Aren't
Well,
you
she never
Gabe
has been.
Vincent?
I don't know if you know this about her.
I'm sorry, Taylor. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. So in case she's listening.
Your Spotify numbers are going to go way down now, Emily.
Yeah, I know.
I got to go find a Panini Grill menu.
You do have to
A
go
hard copy.
print it out, hun.
Nothing online. All right, Gabe Vincent, newest Laker, scheduled to join us here. Just a couple of minutes. Gaucho legend Gabe Vincent coming up next. It's Travis Lee, 710 ESPN. And around here, you know that we're fired up for the Major League Baseball season, and luckily for you, our friends at Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN, have great deals on great seats with huge selection of tickets to this year's hottest matchups. Experience every crack of the bat, every diving catch, and every heart-pounding play of your favorite team live and in person. Just visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats. Experience it live.
This Saturday, July 8th, Jada Toys returns to the automotive scene with the event of the summer. Jada Toys presents Homecoming. Homecoming is a celebration of car culture, exhibiting show-stopping vehicles. Taking place at Ancillary Studios in Costa Mesa this Saturday, July 8th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Jada Toys will debut a new line of die-cast vehicles. This event is free, so join the ESPN LA team at Ancillary Studios in Costa Mesa this Saturday, July 8th between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m.
All right, we did this yesterday. We do it again. Combat poker at the Commerce Casino. You got to be a part of this. So it's free to enter. The top 18 advance to the second round. I'd probably be top 300, but that's okay. That's just me. Top 18 advance to the second round. Chance to win $10,000. All you got to do is go to ESPNLA.com. That's ESPNLA.com. Make sure to enter.
Quarter after 11 a.m. on a live imaging Thursday with Travis and Sliwa. Of course, we are your official Lakers station. The new Lakers are going to be joining us today throughout the show, so stay tuned for that in just a few minutes. Join the ESPN LA promo team at Jada Homecoming this Saturday at Ancillary Studios in Costa Mesa from 4 to 7 p.m. This event is a celebration of car culture and car enthusiasts, industry experts, and the general public will be able to check out the latest automotive trends. Plus, if you're one of the 10 lucky ESPN LA listeners there, we're going to have a giveaway this Saturday. Jada Toys will debut their first wave of Pink Slips die-cast, and you could win one of those. And hopefully all that made sense to you because I don't know even what I'm saying. But if you're one of these Jada Pink Slips fans, I'm sure you're going to know.
Got a chance to win.
You got a chance to win.
There you go.
At Ancillary Studios in Costa Mesa, Saturday, 4 to 7 p.m., thanks to our friends at Jada Homecoming. Meanwhile, I have not found the menu yet for Panini Grill. I'm going to go effort that while you guys get ready to talk to a new Laker. Who's coming up first?
Gabe Vincent.
Gabe Vincent.
Yeah.
Beautiful. What are you going to ask him, Slee? You're going to say, hey, I'm Alan Sliwa, host of Lakers Talk.
Well, but this isn't my interview. The
it's
guy
not?
went to Santa Barbara, UCSB. So I might get a question in. Travis is going to, the whole time, hey,
I just need one.
That
I just need
burrito
one.
shop, you get a chance to go there. Hey, that weekend where, like, I feel like there's going to be a connection there between the two.
We'll there's a few things
You
that
were
we can
rocking
try.
that guy regular season
2 years in a row
where nobody was really talking about him.
There's one Gaucho in the NBA, so we're gonna seize on the opportunity to talk to
makes it a little
the
easier.
Gaucho is now on the Lakers.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
Forget about it. Great friends.
Great friends.
Great friends.
Yeah. No, okay, I'll ask you this. I have a couple of different ways that I can go with him here, with Gabe Vincent, that I could ask him about Gaucho athletics, or I could ask him about life in Isla Vista as a UCSB student.
Life?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because he's climbing the ranks of greatest Gaucho athlete, right? So
Brian Shaw.
Shaw's
Travis
up
Rogers.
there. No, I'm much further down the list. Brian Shaw's on the list. Michael Young, who got 2,500 hits in the big leagues, he's on the list. So there's a handful of guys that have been there. Barry Zito won the Cy Young Award. There's a handful of guys.
You got some people.
Yeah, it's not USC or UCLA. It's not like that.
It's okay.
But we got a couple. But he's climbing the ranks.
Yeah, and he's of all of a sudden he's a Los Angeles Laker. He's got a cool story too. Undrafted. Played in the G League for a couple of years. It's a unique story, and here he is now. Think about his last 3 months. The guy makes a run in the playoffs. His numbers just shoot up in the playoffs, much better than it was in the regular season, and then he gets compensated for it. The Heat and the Lakers are bidding against each other to keep him. I think the Heat were offering 2 years, 24. Lakers were offering 3 years, 33, and I don't know for you, but there's a lot of players that are in sports. They're just not big names, or they don't come out of college and everybody's got an eye on them. These types of stories are really cool. It actually kind of falls into the Caruso story. It falls into the.
I was just going to say, it's Austin Reeves. He just
Yeah.
started in a different place, but it's basically the same journey. It's, you go in, you start playing in leagues that are not the NBA. You got to fight your way to the NBA. Then you got to fight your way onto the floor in the NBA. Then you got to fight your way to stay on there, and then you get paid. And you play at a level that he did in his time with the Heat. And by the way, you can survive there. You can survive probably anywhere.
Great point.
I think that's probably a big part of why he was as highly sought after as he was, because he's tough. He's going to do the things that need to get done to be a winning team. So very excited to talk about him. While we wait for him to arrive, let's talk a little bit about why you think Ohtani is going to get traded. The Angels have been very steadfast, and as long as we're in it, we're not going to move him. They're still in it. I mean, they're 4 games, maybe it's 4.5 out of a wild card spot right now. They just got swept by your Pods.
Yep.
They're off today. They got 2 with the Dodgers before going into the All-Star break. Trout's gone for a month. Rendon's hurt again. Drury's down. Urshela's down. That depth of roster that they put together has been absolutely wiped out, and Ohtani's just sitting there waiting for the buzzer to go off.
We're in the first week of July, which means by the time we get closer to August 1st, which is the trade deadline, I don't think, if I said, hey, Trav, $100, you're going to make your payment one way or the other. They're 4 back right now of a wild card. Are they going that direction where it's 6 or 7, or are they going the other direction where it's 2 or 3?
6 or 7.
Okay. Trout, you just talked about the injuries that you just talked about. Even Ohtani with his situation, his issue, even though he played yesterday, but pitching is where it's the issue, and that's 50% of Ohtani.
It's 2 starts in a row where he has had a physical problem on the mound.
He gave up back-to-back home runs in the first time
ever
in his career. So the reason why I think that he will get traded, I think there's some clarity coming. If there's one thing that can happen to the Angels that might play an advantage is if they were 1 game out, they're not going to make a trade. And if you got past the August 1st deadline, and all of a sudden now by September 1st, you're 4 or 5 back, it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
Something's happening now that we could sit here and talk about the Angels, we talk about what the hell are they doing, how they run this franchise, all that stuff. But the clarity that maybe you already thought was going to eventually happen, I would lean more towards, well, they're playing good baseball. Let's see if they can make it work. Their roster is better than it was a year ago or at least last season. If you're 6-7 games back in the next couple of weeks and you have guys that are your key components that are not in the lineup, isn't the writing already on the wall that even the one thing that you were just saying we're going to take the risk on is just get a playoff run? They're not going to make the playoffs.
Okay. Sure. Everything you say is logical and reasonable and coming from a place that makes perfect sense to do what you're describing. Was it logical to give Albert Pujols $10 million or 10 seasons at $25 million a year when he was already starting his decline? No. Where'd he go? Was it logical to give Josh Hamilton $25 million a year for 5 years when everyone in baseball is saying, what in the world is doing? No. Where'd he go? He went to the Angels. So they have this long history of doing things that make no sense. Anthony Rendon's a really good player. They give him all this money. Does it work out? No. What team is he on? He's on the Angels. These are all decisions that were made by the same person. These are all now different regimes, but the guy at the very top, Artie Moreno, has been in charge of all of this stuff. And if he doesn't want to move him, and it doesn't sound like he does, they're not going to move him.
But he doesn't want to move him for a reason. The specific reason is, I'm going to go make a playoff run.
Well, there's that, and there's also the I don't want to be the guy that traded Shohei Ohtani.
But that one doesn't make any sense.
Of course it doesn't.
Okay,
of course it doesn't. But none of these other things have either, and he's done all of those too.
None of those have? Let me throw it the other way. He never let Trout get into the free market and also kept him. That's a good move for
It's the one thing that they've done that is just rock solid.
They allowed Ohtani to pitch and to hit. Maybe other teams weren't as open to it. Maybe some of them weren't.
Credit for that.
We'll give him a little bit of credit for that.
Bit.
And I'm not trying to sit here and make a case that Artie Moreno is the Guggenheim Group, right? Like, that's not my point. My point is that it's become so clear that the Angels what percentage do you think it is going to be for the Angels to make the playoffs? 15%?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
About 15%. Actually, that might be.
I was going to say 10, but okay, 15, sure.
When you can make a case that if Artie Moreno is selling himself on the concept of, I might just get one playoff series with this guy, let's just play it out. It's worth the risk. I already lost X amount of dollars. I might as well just play the rest of my hand.
If anybody else were in charge of that team, I'd be with you 100%. They make bad decisions all the time. They make impulsive decisions. They make decisions that are against their own best interest when everyone else, much like you just laid out, when Albert Pujols, that deal got announced, everybody in baseball went, what the hell are they doing? When Josh Hamilton got announced, what the hell are they doing? It's not that you're right. It makes all the sense in the world that they should do it. But ego gets involved, and hubris gets involved, and these decisions are made by one person. And if he doesn't want to trade him because he thinks it'll make him look bad, I don't think he could look much worse in the eyes of Angel.
That's the problem that I have.
But in his mind, it doesn't work like that, and that's the only mind that matters, right? His opinion of him is the only thing that matters. Because it's funny that you said what you said. One of the bullet points on my rundown today was I want somebody to make the case to keep him, right? Somebody explain to me, here's why you keep him. You keep him because it's your only shot to re-sign him. You keep him because you can keep your head above water, all these things. And I'm thinking that's not a good enough reason. Those aren't going to happen. The reason they end up keeping him is because Artie wants to keep him. That's how he stays.
But I disagree.
If you gave Perry Manassian the opportunity to do what is in the best interest of the organization, he'd be on another team already. He would have been on a team last year because that's when you move him if you're trying to maximize his value. You're going to get a pretty nice return. You're going to get probably better than a pretty nice return.
But not an equitable return.
There is no equitable return. Even if you got Bobby Miller and James Outman and Will Smith.
Can I ask your argument?
It's not equitable.
Can I ask your argument on he doesn't want to trade him because he doesn't want to be the guy that traded him? Nobody, this is the issue that I have here. Nobody would look at Artie Moreno as the guy that didn't trade him or the guy that traded him. The only way people are going to look at Artie Moreno is he's the guy that didn't trade him. That's how they're going to look at him. In this scenario, but
not in his mind. His mind will be, I offered him everything. We offered him the highest dollar deal. We did everything we could to keep him. He chose to leave. That's how he's going to look at it. We didn't want to trade him because we wanted to keep him. We didn't want him to go somewhere.
Do you think he cares about what people think?
I think he cares about how he thinks people think about him, not how it actually happens. You know, does that make sense? Like, I don't, the actual general perception of him, I think, gets in a little bit, but he thinks that he can rewrite some of this stuff because there's no reason he's still here. He should have been gone already. And the only reason I believe that he's still here is because, no, I don't want him to leave. One of the few interviews he did early in the season, we're going to do everything we can. And they have. This year, give Ohtani some credit for this. This year, the Angels operated very differently than they have previously. This year, they developed depth of their roster. It became much more talent-rich.
You said don't get Trey Turner. Go get three guys or whatever.
Don't get one guy that everybody knows. Get four guys that some people know, but to make your team a lot better. Focus on pitch. They're a better team than they've been in a while. They just got hit with some terrible luck, and they're probably a little short on talent. They've tried, and I think they tried because of Ohtani, not because a light bulb has gone off over somebody's head. It's the same light bulb, and it's the same head, and it's going to be the same sort of decisions, which ultimately are the bad decisions.
So a month from now, Ohtani's with the Angels, and they're probably just far enough to where you're not even looking at them in the wild card.
They're probably exactly that. They're probably 6 games out of the wild card, but there's 5 teams in front of them. Or you're 4 games out of the wild card, but there's 6 teams in front of them. They're not going to crater. They're not bad enough to crater, I don't think.
Well, they could be injured enough to crater.
They might, but look, there are some really interesting. Their record with and without Mike Trout, believe it or not,
not crazy,
is shockingly similar. They're better with him, obviously. But again, they've had Mike Trout for 10 years. They haven't done jack squat.
Yep.
So not having Mike, okay, you still got Ohtani. They're in a weird spot. Whatever they do, it's going to feel like the wrong thing. If imagine the press conference, right? Today we announced that we traded Ohtani to the San Francisco Giants for 10 minor leaguers you've never heard of. Okay, that's a pretty lousy press conference to have to hold. The free agency announcement in December, Shohei Ohtani signed a $700 million deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers today. That's a pretty crappy day. There's no win here other than you keep him, you win, he decides to stay. What are the chances that happens? Super, super low. He's in a tough spot of his own creation. Moreno, that is. Not Ohtani.
No, it's all Moreno.
Ohtani's in a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
800, imagine if it might get $700 million. It might be 650. You might take a haircut. Just, we'll stick around.
Yeah, what was Michael saying last week? 80 a year?
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen either.
It's going to be the highest thing we've ever seen in baseball, that's for sure. Gabe Vincent is on the clock. We're trying to track him down, have a conversation with one of the newest Lakers. Plus, we got a little factor cap coming up. It's Travis Lee, 710 ESPN. Go safely. See, there's an epidemic of things going on the roads right now, Slee. Would you like to take it from there?
I will take it from there, but I appreciate you doing that. Okay, so we talk a lot about this, and Go Safely California is trying to find ways to make the road safer, and we're really actually looking for the public's opinion on this. I think it's a perfect way to do it. Go Safely California. I'm going to give you their website. If you guys don't mind, I know we greatly appreciate it. You can visit GoSafelyCA.org, GoSafelyCA.org, and take a brief survey. Now, what is the survey? The survey is try to make the road safer. That's it. There's no other reason or purpose for it, and we're trying to find ideas from the public. So, again, the website, GoSafelyCA.org, GoSafelyCA.org. Take the brief survey, Go Safely California, from the California Office of Traffic Safety.
Hey, it's Travis here. Don't forget, you're going to want to go to ESPNLA.com and nominate a local high school junior or senior for a chance to win $250 in cash plus a VIP experience at our All-Star Friday night coming up in a couple of weeks. You only got a couple of more days to do it. Nominations close on Friday. You still have a chance to get $250 into the pocket of a kid that's doing well in school, doing well in the community as well. That, of course, is from our pals at Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC. ESPNLA.com. Go nominate your kid. Get them $250 and an experience that they'll remember for the rest of their lives.
This Saturday, July 8th, Jada Toys returns to the automotive scene with the event of the summer. Jada Toys presents Homecoming. Homecoming is a celebration of car culture, exhibiting show-stopping vehicles. Taking place at Ancillary Studios in Costa Mesa this Saturday, July 8th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Jada Toys will debut a new line of die-cast vehicles. This event is free, so join the ESPN LA team at Ancillary Studios in Costa Mesa this Saturday, July 8th between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m.
to go fact.
First of all, it's not a cap. It's
No, it
just
is a cap.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Yeah, I actually have a story left too that I want to tell about. I think I have Travis's post-retirement life all planned out, and I think I found the perfect place for him to settle,
I'm
and
intrigued.
it's in Colorado. So
right.
we'll do that
It's on
sometime
the list.
today, but it's on the list. So one of the things that I did while I was in Denver is I went to this place called the Beer Spa. Okay, so it was a late birthday present for my friend Sarah, and at the Beer Spa, they have you go in and you take off your shoes, get little sandals, and then you can go fill up your own tap with beer, and they'll have all different types of things, all different types of beers, and then you can go into your little room, but you can rent out different sizes, and then there's a sauna, a cold plunge, and a hot tub. And the hot tub has essentially this like thing like a steep for like a bag for like a tea, and it makes the water like hoppy, but it's not like beer, but it's all things are like beer related, and it's fun and relaxing, and I had a good time. So you would go to the Beer Spa. Travis, Factor Cap.
Fact. I like to have a beer occasionally, maybe more than occasionally, maybe more than one. I'm not a huge spa guy. I'm a little self-conscious for that, and I'm super wary of shared bodies of water.
They
I
also
don't
encourage
like that
all
at
natural. So.
Yeah, no. Hard pass. I'd like to change
Hard yes.
my answer.
Hard yes
Cap for me.
Fact. I'm down for all this. I'm not a huge beer guy. I prefer like tequila, but if they're serving Bud Heavy for me, and it's an American holiday, and I could be free,
double free.
Slee, can you imagine you and I just taking down the Beer Spa, and I go, Slee, I'm going no trunks, homeboy. What do you do in that moment? Do you go trunks or no trunks?
You share a very small hot tub?
Yeah.
When you're at the gym and you're walking around, you're going to go sauna. You putting a towel around?
I'm free,
or no?
my friend. That towel. I'm holding towel.
I think you've already said you're free as well.
You're wearing more clothes.
In the sauna, sure, you wear your towel into the sauna. I'm not going from the locker to the sauna without a towel.
He's going from the parking garage.
No, if I have to take a shower at the gym, I wipe down, but then I hold the towel as I walk to the locker room. Just letting it go free, my friend.
Brian?
My favorite is when they put the towel over
the shoulder.
And then
like I could if I wanted to,
Yeah.
but I'm not.
But I'm not.
I'll say fact here.
Good job, Brian.
yeah,
the great
yeah.
Brian Cohen.
It all
You getting
sounds
in the
good.
tub with Morales?
Why not?
Couple
Yeah.
ultras,
Yeah.
ultras, a spa, and Chris sitting there.
No different than the
Feeling
ladies
great.
when they do it. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I have a hard time relaxing in those environments. It's not for me.
Doesn't really surprise me. So
Just breathe, dog.
This was a TikTok scenario that was floated out. So it was floated out that, there are two professions that no matter how good people are at this, it's a little embarrassing. Both a DJ and an improv comedian. So you have a female friend that you care about. You want the best things in life for her. But she's choosing between dating a DJ and dating an improv comedian. You would want them to date an improv comedian. All right, Morales, Factor Cap.
Fact, I guess, because I don't think it'll work out, and I'll be the nice friend.
Shoulder to cry on.
No. Slee?
I go fact. I'd rather her date the comedian. I'm assuming maybe lifestyle-wise, you got somebody that's going to be cracking jokes. You're going to, probably a little bit better.
You have a lot of
DJ's out
bits?
till 2 a.m. and doing whatever he's doing. So I'm going to go the comedian.
Trev?
You guys ever spent time with a comedian when he's not on stage or she's not on stage?
Well, I consider myself a comedian, so yeah.
But have you ever, somebody that makes their living on stage telling jokes, have you ever socialized with anybody in that category? They're a hard hang. They're a really, really hard
not a
hang.
good hang?
It's not a bad hang or a good hang. It's a lot. They're doing their act on you a lot. They're
Why are you looking at me?
Workshopping material. I'm not looking at you. Well, they're workshopping their material a lot. And
Why
it
are you
becomes
looking at him so much?
Very, very tiresome. The DJ thing, I don't think they're going to be coming home spinning records in the house. I think you could at least kind of get away from that. Comedians are always on. It's a tough hang.
Brian?
I'll give me fact on that. I think the comedian, might get annoyed by me asking for some jokes. Entertain me. Like, come on, tell a joke.
Tell a joke, funny guy.
Come on now.
For the table.
Why do you think you're here? Come on.
For the table.
All right. So, one of my friend Sarah's friends in Denver that we went and visited, we had some wine, a little
Would you consider you guys great friends?
great friends.
Okay.
Great friends. All right. So she lives in a studio apartment in Denver. It's a nice studio apartment, but it's still a studio apartment. She has 2 cats and a bunny. All right.
Yep.
So 2 cats makes you a cat lady. Al, Factor Cap.
It's fact and hers. I think a cat makes you a cat. person. But the fact that she's living in, 500, 600 square feet, whatever it is.
That's a big studio, isn't it?
And you got 2 cats there.
And a bunny.
You're definitely a cat person. I think
I'm saying cat lady. You know the term? It's
Yes.
a cat lady, not just a cat person.
Cat lady. Yes, that's a cat. I define that as a cat lady.
Trev?
The only time you can have more than one cat and not be a cat lady
Is if you have 600 acres?
Is if you live in a giant place, you got a family, and you got animals everywhere.
Yep.
Right? Then you just got animals. But if you live in a small apartment, a studio, with 2 cats and a rabbit, you're a cat lady. There's no two ways about it.
Morales?
Well, again, our office manager, she's getting a lot of run today because of the Panini Grill bit, but she's Stephanie Alexander. She also owns a bunny. And I asked countless questions about the bunny life because I'm fascinated by it. Like that's your pet, and the pet's trained.
Is it out of a cage?
It's out of the cage all day long, apparently. It's just walking around, and it's trained, and it's got
It fetches.
It's got like a, what do they call it for the cats? It's got like
a leash?
Bunny
A
litter.
box?
Bunny litter.
A box?
Oh,
A bunny
okay.
box?
Yeah, so it's like trained to go to the bathroom.
Does Good Karma have a pet day where we all just bring our pets?
Ugh,
She brings the
please
bunny.
don't.
A couple cats come in here. I could bring Rook.
Does
We
she
have
take
one of
it for
those lined
walks?
up?
Yeah, but I think some of our fun and games department, they might have like, pets that if you bring them in, they might attack other pets.
Yeah, you can't have the bunny day with the snake day. You can't.
It's a snake trap.
They can't both be in the same room at the same time.
It also
Somebody's
is a snake
going
trap
home
day.
Did
unhappy.
you bring your pet? I have a python, a 7-footer.
Right.
Speaking of comedians, we will be drafting our favorite comedians later today, too. So, Brian?
No, I still got to get to Otani, so
Nice.
we're not going to skip that.
That's fact. I feel like one cat, anything without a dog makes you a cat lady. If you don't have a dog, you're a cat person. You got a cat. And on
Really?
the bunny, my old roommate actually had a bunny. I had a dog.
Was it a trained bunny?
It was a trained bunny, run around the house, and the dog would chase it. They were best friends. I can show you a picture later.
Really?
Yeah, I swear.
What is this bunny pet thing?
It's very wholesome.
I don't know, man.
All right.
Hard pass.
So when I was in Denver, I went to go buy some wine because we were going to watch some movies and stuff like that. And we were looking, and I found a
So
wine.
far, your trip to Denver is cookies, wine, beer spa.
And
Sounds like
what
a
was
good
the
trip
weed
to me.
Museum.
I had some glizzies. I had a hot dog at the Rockies.
And a baseball game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at a baseball game. Again,
Sounds like a
guys,
perfect weekend.
your stuff revolves around food,
Yes.
activities, and just enjoying, relaxing. All right, so we went to the liquor store. We found this. We were looking at the wines, and one of the wines said the Emily. And so I was like, of course I have to buy this one.
Yep.
And obviously it was a rosé. That's what we were looking for. So if something has your name on it, you feel compelled to buy it. And I gave 2 examples. So Travis Matthews, and also my hometown has a law firm called Allen, and Allen. So
One
Al's
of the
got to work
best
there.
attorneys
You ever thought about
I've
going to
ever
law
met.
school? They'll hire you for sure.
All right, so if something has your name on it, you feel compelled to buy it. Brian, Fetch or Cap?
Cap. I don't think I've ever seen anything named Brian's.
There's
Can't
a
think about
tap. There's a restaurant in my hometown called O'Brien's. So does that count?
That's a little different.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
an Irish thing.
All right,
Brian's
Trev?
not Irish.
So my name's not super common. So whenever I see something with my name on it, I notice it, but I don't think I've ever bought anything. Like even those little license plates at Disneyland or whatever, I've never taken the plunge. No, I can skip it. Cap.
Rouse?
I can't think of anything with my name on it. There was that old there's Roots Chris, but there was a Chris and Pitt's barbecue in Whittier. I think it's gone now, and I remember driving by that as a kid, and it always made me think of myself. But there's nothing else like with my name, is there, Slee?
No, I don't think so.
Thanks.
I'm going Cap on this too.
Cap.
Yeah, I don't think there's really anything there. Now, if I don't know, if there's like a Big Al's something, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll go grab a beer there if it's a brewery, but I don't feel like I've run into anything like that.
What's playing?
All right, so as promised, we got a chance to talk with one of the newest members of the Lakers. You know how excited I am to do this one, Slee, because he's a gaucho much like myself. We're talking about Gabe Vincent, of course, who's joining us right now. Gabe, thanks for coming on the program. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. Thank you guys for having me.
Good. So let me start right here. I am a UCSB guy as well as you are. Your favorite spot to hang out when you were in Isla Vista as a student at Santa Barbara was where?
Honda Kitchen, man, no question. Me and my guys would be there all the time. We still go back. When we get back out there, we still go get us some Honda Kitchen.
How often do you get back up there?
I try to get there every summer.
Yeah,
I try to
Gabe.
at least get there for a few days.
Gabe, throughout the entire playoffs, that's all I heard is, do you know he's a gaucho? I'm like, yeah, I got it, man.
Well, Gabe, you'll appreciate
fellow gauchos proud.
I was going to say, you'll appreciate this because, if you go to UC Santa Barbara, it's not like USC or UCLA where you just got a million guys in the pros all the time. When we get somebody like yourself or Shane Bieber or Michael Young, we hold on to you guys pretty tight. We're very proud of you.
Yeah, it's a small-knit community, and we stick together, man. It's something you got to appreciate.
Ole.
Gabe, I just want to start off. First off, congratulations on these last couple of months. Can you walk me through it? Here you are. I think your story is one of the more unique stories in the NBA. You found yourself in a playoff run with the Miami Heat under Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley, and then within a month, you're now a Los Angeles Laker, and you're obviously getting paid for all the hard work that you put in. What's these last couple of months been like for you?
They've been intense, man. Most of my time was locked in on the playoffs and chasing that ultimate goal of the season that we have. We start every year. So, that was kind of hectic, intense. We had a great run, fell short, but then that season ended, and it was on to free agency. And once that kind of got rolling, things happened quickly for me, and before I knew it, I was a part of this storied franchise with the Lakers.
Gabe Vincent joining us here on Travis and Sliwa. Gabe, obviously the free agency is coming up, you're going through the postseason, you get to the finals, you're competing to win an NBA championship. Did you at any point think that, okay, I'm going to come back to Miami, this is the team that I broke in with, this is the team that I've created my career with, or were you thinking, you know what, I'm going to go see what else is out there and I'm just going to go find the best deal? Did you think that you were going to go shopping, for instance?
I knew I'd see what else was out there. I think I would have been foolish not to. But I knew the relationship I had with the organization. I knew how they felt about me. And I would not have been shocked if I went back to Miami. They've been great to me. Like you mentioned, they gave me that first opportunity, really a crack into the league. And I'll forever be grateful to them with that. And, once we got to free agency, the best situation and opportunity was here with the Lakers. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to this new journey, this new step. And, try to get us a championship here.
Gabe Vincent, brand new Los Angeles Laker, taking some time to join us here on the Travis and Sliwa Show. Gabe, I'm actually hit on some that you just said right there. So when you take the meeting with the Los Angeles Lakers, I don't know how much, I know you were locked in with the Miami Heat, how much you followed the Lakers and their run, getting to the Western Conference Finals. What makes you think, looking at this roster, how you specifically fit in and also trying to get that next step? The Lakers were obviously 4 games away from getting to the NBA Finals and eventually lost to the same team that you guys lost to in the Finals. What do you like about what the Lakers will present that you could fit in on?
Yeah, I think they have a little bit of everything. They have size, they have athleticism, they have leadership, they got stars. I think I bring a little bit of toughness on defense. I can bring some playmaking. I can make an open shot. I think I showed in Miami my game's pretty versatile. I can wear a number of hats and play with a number of guys. So I think I can come in and just, try to impact winning in a number of ways. And every night it might be different, depending on how the season shakes out and what roles shake out to be. But, I think I can impact the game in a positive way with any group on the court. So I'm just looking forward to the opportunity to do that.
Gabe, like you mentioned, you talk about the toughness that you bring, the playmaking, and all of the sorts of things that we got to become very familiar with you in your NBA career. But I kind of want to go back to the beginning. Like you said, you're fighting for a chance to get into the league, and now you're fighting for a chance to get onto the court, and now you're fighting for a chance to get minutes once you're on the team. And now you sign a really lucrative free agent deal with one of the marquee franchises in the entire NBA. Did you always know, hey, look, it's going to happen. Keep doing the work. It's going to happen. How do you keep the faith?
I just have faith, and I put a lot of work in. So to question myself, to doubt myself excessively, I just feel like it would be a disgrace to the work I put in and the efforts I put in. So I trusted the work, and it's continued to pay off, and opportunities will present themselves, and it's on me to take advantage.
Did you ever think it might not? Was there ever a point in your career as a younger player where you're like, man, I don't know if this is going to happen for me?
100%. I think when you ask anyone that's chasing a hard goal or something that's very difficult to reach, there's going to be ups and downs, and there's going to be pitfalls. And it's in those moments you fall back on your routines that you set for yourself, and you find that motivation, that fire starts burning again, and you get back on your horse and get back to work. You just try to stack as many good days as you can and as little and as few bad days as possible.
Gabe, Travis and I one day were talking about pickup basketball, and Trav took me back to his days when he used to play, and he said that he basically just shot threes and played no defense at all.
It's my specialty.
Any tips for Trav here on if he plays pickup again?
I mean, maybe try to get a stop or two and maybe get an assist.
It looks hard,
pass the ball
Gabe.
a little bit.
I'm just saying that I watch guys do what you do, and I'm like, man, I can't do that. I can stand behind the line and launch shots. I can do that.
I mean, I think that's the difference and why guys come or people come to the games in general. We just do it a little bit different.
Obviously, you're a member of the Lakers now, and you're going to do everything you can to try to bring another championship to Los Angeles. But we hear it talked about all the time when you talk about Pat Riley, you talk about Eric Spoelstra, you talk about Heat culture. What is Heat culture, and can you bring any of that to L.A.?
I think a lot of what Heat culture stands for was already inherently in me. I think I matched the organization in terms from a character standpoint, and I think that helped my transition with them be a little bit easier. So naturally, I think I will bring some of that here to L.A. and that because some of that is just who I am. But Heat culture is a number of things. A lot of it is just, a commitment to excellence at a very high level, whatever that may look like. And, if we have a chance to be the best at something, we're going to do everything we can to be the best at something. And we're definitely going to carry that over here.
Gabe, final one from me. Just curious if you got a chance to connect with some of your future teammates, or now you can call them current teammates. You got a chance to talk yet with LeBron, Anthony Davis, some of the other players on the team?
Not yet, a little bit. Reeves reached out to me for a little bit. We chopped it real brief. I'm sure I'll see some of them in Vegas and talk more as the summer goes on.
Gabe Vincent, newest member of the Los Angeles Lakers. Gabe, it's a proud moment for the Gauchos to have you here, and as Laker fans as well, we're incredibly excited to have you here. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me.
All right.
You got it. Go Gauchos. That's good.
Sorry to do that, the whole pickup game.
It's my game. I'm not embarrassed.
No, I know, but just like here we are bringing somebody. It's Heat culture.
Yeah.
It's this kind of, I play both sides of the ball. And then there's Trev. Like, I'm good. Just get the stop, and then I'll be in the corner.
Yeah. And I'll be open because I'm not going to make very many. They're not going to guard me. Right? And I'm going to make my 2 out of 10. And I'm thinking, okay, now I got it figured out. And I'm going to make 1 out of the next 10.
By the way, I will say there is something about a player like that. He got his contract not just because I can hit a 3, not just because if you need me to play point. I think some of the stuff that he was just opening up on, that's my DNA. I love that, right? Like,
it was already in me.
It was. You don't have to teach me that.
Culture was already in me.
Yeah, and I think there is something to, if you look at the way the Lakers played last year, are you going to get playing time for the Lakers if you're not playing defense?
No.
You're
well, not the last version of the Lakers. No.
The Darvin Ham,
right.
The Darvin Ham post
trade deadline.
Yes. If you're D'Angelo Russell and you're not playing D, you're probably going to get pulled. You're probably going to. There's probably going to be somebody else that's going to walk in and grab your minutes.
Of shots if you don't.
Dennis Schroeder was going to go grab those minutes. I've kind of heard a lot of the Dennis Schroeder comps. Dennis Schroeder went and got paid as well. I think is with the Raptors. Got a couple-year deal, but I'm excited about him specifically. I think Gabe Vincent will be interesting.
I think he was the perfect player for what the money they had to spend, the type of players they needed to add. This was the right guy. Right, that a guy that is committed on that end of the floor, a guy that can make some shots, a guy that can play make, and a guy that understands I'm here to do a specific thing. Not a guy that fits into your team, not a guy that, hey, he's a great player, let's find a place for him here. No. This is a guy that fits really well with us, who also happens to be a very good player that's going to fit into our culture, our leadership. Like he said, we got leadership, we got stars, we got this, that he's going to bring a very specific thing. It's why he's in the league. Mm-hmm. Like these stories are so fun to talk about because I'll use him as an example just because it just happened a couple of days ago. Victor Wembanyama is coming into the league, and he's just, he's going to go be a star or he won't, but we know his name. And
Scoot.
Right.
Yep.
And then there's the guys that don't get drafted, that got to go play overseas, or they go to the G League or whatever, and they're fighting like hell just to get a 10-day on a team, and they get it, and now I got to fight like hell to stay here, and now I got to fight like hell to get into the rotation, and it's just all of these very small incremental steps, and to never lose faith, to never think, you know what, man, it's just not meant to be. I got to go join the real world, to keep fighting and then have it hit with a big dollar contract with the LA Lakers. Get out of here, man.
Okay,
It's ridiculous.
On top of that, if Gabe Vincent ended up with the Hornets, probably none of this happens for him. right? It's also what franchise are you 100%. Under? Is it the culture? Is it I get the spotlight?
Do they recognize what I have? Do they value what I do? I play hard. I play great defense. I grind. I'm in great shape. Like, do you value what I have as opposed to, hey, man, we just need somebody to get us 18 a night. Okay, well, maybe I can, maybe I can't, but I can do all these other things. The Heat identify that. The Spurs identify that. The Warriors identify that. I think the Lakers identified that by going and getting them and saying, we can use all of the things that you do really well. Come do them for us.
Better chance of you inviting me to a barbecue at your house.
Okay.
Or giving me a tour of Santa Barbara.
Like the campus or the city?
Just wherever you said, hey, we're going to go here, we're going to go there. More campus-y, I would say. What's better chance there? I think I know the answer. I think it's your house because then you don't have to do anything.
I think, I'd have to go up there with you. It's a
drive.
long car ride with you both ways. It's a lot going on that way. I think that I can have you over to my home for a couple hours and I can say, okay, that's it. You got your tacos, get out.
This is basically what you and I would do on the drive up. I'd be like, hey, you should listen to this latest Lakers talk. And you'd be like, hey, you should listen to this latest Locked On Rams. And we're both just playing things of ourselves.
We'll listen to Smartless.
Is there a YouTube component?
There is a YouTube component. You can find it on wherever you get your podcasts, on any platform. Locked On Rams. It's a great pod.
I'm glad we connected with him.
It was great. Connected with him. Jackson Hayes, another member of the Lakers, scheduled to join us in about 15 minutes from right now. Plus, we got it's a Thursday. We got a snake draft. Our favorite comedians coming up next. It's Travis Lee, 710 ESPN.
This Saturday, July 8th, Jada Toys returns to the automotive scene with the event of the summer. Jada Toys presents Homecoming. Homecoming is a celebration of car culture, exhibiting show-stopping vehicles. Taking place at Ancillary Studios in Costa Mesa this Saturday, July 8th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Jada Toys will debut a new line of die-cast vehicles. This event is free, so join the ESPN LA team at Ancillary Studios in Costa Mesa this Saturday, July 8th between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
3 minutes in front of noon on a live imaging Thursday with Travis and Sliwa. Why are we playing the curb thing? Just for the fun of it? Because I like that move there, the great Brian Cohen. Behind the board.
It's for stand-up comedians.
The
And
Wheels
I
of
know
Steel?
it's not really a stand-up thing, but when I think of comedy, I think of this as a iconic song with it.
I like it.
What song do you think we should play under these?
I didn't think about the comedian because our stand-up comedian Snake Draft. It's a Snake Draft is coming up in just a few minutes. But first, remember, we are 8 days away from the event of the summer, All-Star Friday night at the West Covina Sportsplex. Team Mace versus Team Sliwa. Thanks to, of course, our friends at Johnsonville and Hoffey. That's right. Come on out next week. Johnsonville and Hoffey's going to be serving up the sausages. Hopefully a little of those brats, the Hoffey hot dogs. Welcome to Johnsonville, America's favorite sausage. And, of course, Hoffey, crave 'em, premium beef franks. Do you think, like we did at the pickleball event, that we'll do the sausage eating thing?
I was just going to say.
Well,
How
no,
about
We link our arms together.
we linked our arms together and we slapped them before.
Pickleball, two things happened.
Well, we did.
I know we did.
I'm not saying anything tawdry, Brian Cohen. I mean, that's what happened.
We got there, and we were all in on the pickleball part. And then the moment we were eliminated, right?
You started drinking.
Ultras and dogs. And then all of a sudden we could play for like hours.
Pretty great afternoon.
Yeah.
Had a great time.
Yeah, the non-competitive pickleball that was going on with just the on-air guys and Sedano and all of you guys was hilarious.
It was super fun. Great friends.
Great friends.
Great friends.
I haven't played. No, I played one time since, and then I was like, I didn't ever get into this.
$500 million in medical costs directly attributable to pickleball.
You got a lot of people out there competing that shouldn't be.
Well, that's the whole point. The barrier of entry is so low that everybody can kind of play.
Barrier of entry.
They think they can get in there, and they send themselves to the emergency room with torn Achilles.
That's all you got to do.
I feel like we got very lucky that nobody was part of that $500 million.
You're in shape, Slee.
No, but the whole station. Nobody. Somebody did go down, but it wasn't.
It wasn't us.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Well, no, Scott McCarthy, our friend and former vice president of audio division, he re-injured after he got injured at pickleball. He's got a lot of injury problems, though.
They don't ride in a golf cart with him.
No, he flipped the golf cart. He broke his leg or something.
Didn't he one time skiing?
Yeah.
Tore.
Actually, yeah, he ran into a tree, I think.
Didn't he also have a terrible zip-lining accident,
yes.
too, where he broke his
Wow,
leg?
this is all coming out.
Scott, no more.
Bubble wrap that man. All right, Emily, what's the order?
All right, so we got in honor of Kevin Hart's birthday, we're going to do our draft of stand-up comedians. The order, as picked by DeAndre, is going to be as follows. Emily, Alan, Travis, Brian, Travis, Alan, Emily. 3 picks total from each. 12 picks overall.
Getting one of my first.
DeAndre, of course, from the Fun and Games department.
Yes, of course. All right, so
it's a snake draft.
I'm up first, and I know what I feel like your first picks for both of you. I know what they are. I could pick them just to be an agent of chaos. But I won't.
I like that.
Because I'm going to do my personal favorite comedian that is quoted often in my own household. My sisters and I love him, watch him all the time. I've seen all of his specials, and it is John Mulaney is my first pick in the draft.
He's great. You
can't believe
she
it.
took your guy, Slee?
No. This is amazing, and I appreciate you doing that. Okay? Dave Chappelle is just the pinnacle for me. You can't get any better. She went to Red Rock. She was there. The only time I went to Red Rock, the theater out in, I think, Boulder. Or maybe, I don't know where the hell it is. I think Boulder. I saw Dave Chappelle there.
At Red Rocks?
Yes. This was a few years back. He did a full show there. They had some musicians there as well. Good.
All right, so we're going to put a pin in the snake draft for our favorite comedians. We're going to talk more Laker basketball right now. Jackson Hayes is joining us, another new member of the Laker family. Jackson, how you feeling today? Thanks for joining us.
I'm feeling great. Just happy to put my name in ink on this contract and become an official Laker.
Yeah, what does that feel like, Jackson, when, obviously getting the NBA is a dream, playing in the NBA is a dream, but to land with a franchise like the Los Angeles Lakers, what does that mean?
It's super surreal, just growing up watching Kobe, Shaq, all those guys. I was a big Lakers fan. Obviously, I was a bigger Cavs fan of Bron back in the day because I'm from Ohio, but I definitely grew up just watching the Lakers all the time and actually being able to put on a Lakers uniform and see my name in a Lakers uniform is a pretty surreal moment.
I bet.
Jackson, well, first off, congratulations. I know a lot of Laker fans are excited to have you. It's funny, watching free agency play out, if you look at a lot of Laker fans, we need a big. And then the moment that you signed, you're going to get a chance to play with Anthony Davis. Obviously, for the Lakers, they need somebody like you. Just can you talk about why you could be one of those players that we look back on and say, I can't believe Jackson Hayes was whether you want to look at it as overlooked or the Lakers got a steal. What are you going to bring to the table this year?
I'm just really looking forward to bringing my defensive abilities to the table, just being a shot blocker and being a good pick-and-roll threat for the guys. I know D'Lo and me have talked a little bit, how much he loves running the pick-and-roll. So just being a good pick-and-roll big for them, being a good roll man, and just being able to help bring away some of that defense from the guys in the corner, like have to make people worry about the roll man and just hopefully open up other guys. I'm just really excited about that.
Jackson, what about, similar to what Al just asked you, but being teammates with LeBron James, not just a great player in the league right now, but like you mentioned, somebody that you've been watching for a long time, somebody who, if he's not the greatest player of all time, he's not down the list past, 1, 2, or 3. Have you thought about what it's going to be like to be a teammate with him and play with him on a regular basis?
It's still crazy. Just thinking about it. I'm from Cincinnati. I grew up going to Cavs games all my life. So, growing up watching Bron it's really surreal being able to play with him now and talking to him and whatnot. It's just been awesome. So I'm just really excited about that.
Jackson Hayes taking some time to join us here on the Travis and Sliwa show. Jackson, you mentioned kind of that pick and roll for just your path and the amount of time that you've been in the NBA so far in your career. Are there some pick and roll guys, some bigs out there that you've looked? Lakers were fortunate enough when they won the championship in 2020. JaVale McGee was on the team. Dwight Howard was on the team. And players like that really excelled around Anthony Davis and LeBron. Are there players that you've watched in the league that you say to yourself, you know what, if I could be this type of player, this is where I'm at my best?
Definitely those two guys you mentioned. They've had really long, good careers. And I've always grown up watching those two as bigs, but also watching other people like Andre Drummond and just guys like that. DeAndre Jordan, just being able to set good physical screens and get out of those screens fast is a main thing for me. So just watching those guys and just putting that pressure on the rim is something great that they all do, and just something I've tried to emulate with my game.
New Laker Jackson Hayes joining us here on the Travis and Sliwa show. Have you gotten a chance to talk a decent amount with Darvin Ham yet? Has he given you an idea of what his expectations are and how he sees you fitting in on this team?
Me and Coach Ham just had a meeting actually just now with Rob, but also before that, me and him have talked a bunch on the phone before I signed and after I signed. But me and Coach have become really close in these past few days and just been talking about just how he can use me in the offense at the 4 and at the 5 to help complement AD. And so I've just been really excited about how Coach said he was about to use me this year.
Jackson, what are those conversations like before you sign? What are you listening for from the coaches, from the general managers, from the teams? Obviously, money's going to play a part of it. Playing time's going to play a part of it. But what gets said in those meetings that makes you go, okay, I like what I'm hearing?
For me, it's just finding the best basketball fit-wise for me, where I can be successful and where I can help a team be successful and help a team win. And, for me, it was just talking about, what guys they're bringing back, the offense and concepts that they run for me, what type of defenses they run, switching 1 through 5, that's a big thing for me. Just being able to, hear out all their, kind of ideas that they have for me during the year, that's just kind of the main thing.
How much of it is also does this play a part in free agency, the exposure that you can get with the Lakers? Does it? Usually the Lakers are going to have 35-plus games that might be nationally televised. How much does that play a role to where now you're going to get to be in a spotlight where hopefully more eyes get to see what you bring to the table?
That wasn't – I'm in the NBA, so that's not a huge thing for me. I feel like if you play good in the NBA, people are going to see you regardless. But, that's definitely, a huge factor, and I feel like that, just being able to be seen every night, have people see what you're doing on a consistent basis, because it's definitely harder to do on some of the smaller market teams. So it definitely doesn't get much bigger than this market here. So
have you felt that already? They're just being in Los Angeles, putting that jersey on, and being a part of the Laker family, the expectations that come along with it. It's not just, hey, let's see what happens. It's let's go win a championship, and anything less is looked at as something other than a success.
Yep. Definitely been feeling that a little bit. I'm really excited about that, though. So, definitely really excited about that. Excited to be in the player in the finals race. Sorry, can't speak right now. Just too excited. Just excited being in the finals race and just like being around that atmosphere all the time is just definitely a very different feel.
Jackson, when you called in, we were in the middle of doing our favorite comedians of all time. I know, very serious sports show here. I took Dave Chappelle with my first pick. Who's your favorite stand-up comedian of all time? You going Chappelle? Or you got somebody else in mind?
I got to go Gary Owens. I'm going to get smacked if I don't say that because that is like one of my dad's best friends, so I see him a lot. But, I mean, still funny-wise, I still take Gary over most people, but I definitely put Dave Chappelle up there, too. You know, he's a Dayton guy, so I got to add my Ohio boys up there.
Jackson Hayes, new member of the Los Angeles Lakers, joining us here on Travis Lee. Jackson, congratulations. Welcome to L.A. Appreciate your time today.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate y'all having me. Y'all have a good one.
All right, you too.
You too. I liked it. He kept it in the family, right? It's my dad's buddy. I'm going with
That was
him.
a very political pick.
It's a good look.
It was. Listen,
he's got to go home at some point. He's got to look at his dad again and say, who's Chappelle?
Chappelle's not paying the bills
here. What are you doing? Both of those guys, both Vincent and Jackson Hayes, you can tell why the Lakers would like those guys.
Well, and I think there's a certain type of players that are fitting the mold now for the Lakers. And to be honest with you, this guy's got something to prove too. He was a top 10 pick. Hasn't really panned out the way, and this happens all the time, but this is a new opportunity for him, a fresh opportunity. I like that he mentioned some of those other pick-and-roll guys that he can use. I'm going to shut the hell up now because we have the number 3 pick to the
My turn, Em?
Yes, your turn, Travis.
It's a snake draft.
Quick little recap here. Who do we have here, the first two? John Mulaney and Dave Chappelle.
Brian, you'll figure this out that Emily always ends up with the first pick in these things. She rigs the draft.
I haven't had the first pick in a long time.
And then she always defends it.
She aggressively argues.
Very aggressively to where we get nervous.
When was the last time I had the first pick?
So then we don't question her anymore.
Today, I'll take Jerry Seinfeld with my first pick. Not only a great stand-up comedian who's been doing it forever and ever and ever, but an iconic television comedian as well. Give me Jerry.
All right, Brian, you have 2 picks.
2 picks. All right, for my first pick, going to go with Eddie Murphy.
Nope, can't do that.
Not that one?
No, that's
you can
really
pick
good.
it.
That's
Don't
my
let him bully you.
Really
That's
good.
my all-time right there.
Very good.
The Eddie Murphy Raw, greatest of all time.
Okay,
And
you have
for
another
the
one.
second one, I would go birthday boy Kevin Hart.
Okay.
Solid.
Good picks. All right, Trav, back to you.
All right, I'm going a little bit older, a lot older school, but if you've seen him on Saturday Night Live, you've seen any of his stand-up, old school Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was just like
ridiculous.
What?
Yep.
What? It was amazing. So I'm taking Richard Pryor as my
It's a
second choice.
snake draft.
Al?
I'm going to go with my second pick. I think I'm okay on this one. I'm just going to take it. I don't think anybody else is going to take it. He's go see Kings of Comedy. It is one of the greatest hour and a half, 2 hours of comedy you're going to get. Bernie Mac is grabbing my number 2 slot.
Okay, so I have 2 coming up, and I'm not trying to win this. I'm trying to do my top 3 of comedians that I love and that I go back to and that I rewatch their specials and I care about them. So if you have one that's not on my list, sorry, guys. Okay, we understand, Mace. You texted us about someone, but hey, this is our draft. All right, so my second pick
Mace is gutless.
I love how no one said anything.
Well, no, because
and
you guys are
she
scared to
yelled
say
at
something
us.
about Mace, not me. Good job, Emily. Mace is gutless. Thanks for coming back to work today, Jack.
I just anticipate the Twitter or the the Threads world coming at me. All right, so my second pick in the draft for my draft is Wanda Sykes. Love Wanda Sykes. She's fantastic. Whether it's on TV or her stand-up comedy, watch her stuff over and over again.
No, she's good.
So love Wanda Sykes. And then my third pick in my draft is going to have to be Jim Gaffigan.
Oh, he's terrific.
I have read all of his books. I love him. I love his story. He really relates to my family growing up Catholic and everything. Love food. He looks like Travis. Love Jim
Thank you.
Gaffigan.
I'll take Jim
So
Gaffigan.
those are my 3 picks. And Al.
Okay, my last pick. So I got Chappelle, I got Bernie Mac. Let's round it out with Sebastian Maniscalco. Freaking hilarious. Just the way he moves his body. Talks about his dad. His dad has found a way to now be in movies. He's really good. I'm going to go with him, my third pick.
Trav?
Box
All right,
office.
I don't even know. Chris might know this person, but I'd be surprised if you guys do. He died very early, but he gave zero you-know-whats when he was on stage. He would go out, corporations, the sponsors that were doing his show, just unbelievable. Maybe the funniest comedian I've ever heard in my life. I knew he'd be available with my last pick. I'm going to take Bill Hicks. Do you remember Bill Hicks,
I do.
Chris?
Yeah.
Bill Hicks was unbelievably offensive and hilarious and smart.
Offensive
and
is
all
good.
of those things. Give me Bill Hicks.
It's a snake draft.
All right, Brian, with your last pick. And
Brian,
you're
I
trying
just
to
want
accept
to tell you this. There's a very, very good chance that you don't screw up the third pick that you're winning the draft. He's got Eddie Murphy and Kevin Hart.
I don't know. So now I got nervous. I got a couple that I was going to go for, but I think I'm going to go Fluffy for the last pick.
Oh.
Little L.A. native.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
You didn't think that they knew who Fluffy was, did you? The way the hesitation in his
I knew.
No, but he didn't looking at Sliwa
No,
Trav.
Dodger Stadium.
The guy sells out crypto.
Dude,
like 10
I'm just
nights
telling
a
you,
year.
dude. The way Brian looked at you guys, it didn't. That's
Why?
why he threw in
Did
L.A.
Did
native.
I surprise you with my dude? Is that what's going on?
Dude, it's a snake draft, dude.
Okay, who didn't make the list that you thought? George Carlin?
George Carlin.
Chris
not on the
Rock.
list. Yeah.
I had
Chris Rock,
Sarah Silverman as my honorable
Yeah.
mention.
Adam Sandler.
Chris Tucker?
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, some good ones there.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr was on my list. Yeah. Robin Williams, unbelievable performer, great actor. His stand-up was so manic.
Yeah, it was.
It was so much.
I
that it
thought
was
you were
hard to
going to
watch.
pick Rodney Dangerfield at some
Great
point.
choice.
Yeah.
Great. That's where the first time I saw Bill Hicks was on
really?
Rodney Dangerfield's special where he had young comedians, and Bill Hicks was one of Rodney's
awesome.
guys.
I also love Bo Burnham. Have you guys seen any of his stuff?
He's
so
great.
he's like the musician comedian. So he will play all these funny stuff. And he did this one special called Inside during the pandemic, and he just did all of it inside. It was really cool.
Dude, you ready
For what?
to lock us out?
Oh, well, I got to tell you about Jada Toys. Now, our friends at Jada Toys, you can pot down the music there, Brian. That's a little industry lingo. Jada Toys is a toy car company that you hear us talking about. They create custom cars with brands like Disney, Batman, Jurassic Park. And they're having an event this Saturday in Costa Mesa. Jada Toys Homecoming at Ancillary Studios in celebration of car culture, where they'll be having life-size vehicles of their new line, Pink Slips. And here's the thing. 10 winners that are ESPN LA listeners are going to have a chance to be the first people ever to have these never-before-released Pink Slips, okay, which will not be available to the public until August. So here's how if you're into that sort of thing, you want to come to this event Saturday at Ancillary Studios in Costa Mesa from 4 to 7 p.m., okay, Jada Homecoming. So don't miss it. The ESPN LA promo team's going to be out there. Saturday in Costa Mesa, Ancillary Studios, 4 to 7 p.m. Come on out and press the flesh with us and maybe get one of those Pink Slips, okay? Travis and Sliwa, I don't know what's next, Travis.
Dodgers, Chris.
We're going to talk Dodgers. We're probably not going to get to it, but you're still going to want to be here. Great friends. Travis and Sliwa coming up next on 710 ESPN.
This Saturday, July 8th, Jada Toys returns to the automotive scene with the event of the summer. Jada Toys presents Homecoming. Homecoming is a celebration of car culture, exhibiting show-stopping vehicles. Taking place at Ancillary Studios in Costa Mesa this Saturday, July 8th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Jada Toys will debut a new line of die-cast vehicles. This event is free, so join the ESPN LA team at Ancillary Studios in Costa Mesa this Saturday, July 8th between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. This Saturday, July 8th, Jada Toys returns to the automotive scene with the event of the summer. Jada Toys presents Homecoming. Homecoming is a celebration of car culture, exhibiting show-stopping vehicles. Taking place at Ancillary Studios in Costa Mesa this Saturday, July 8th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Jada Toys will debut a new line of die-cast vehicles. This event is free, so join the ESPN LA team at Ancillary Studios in Costa Mesa this Saturday, July 8th between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m.
Hey, it's Travis here. Don't forget, you're going to want to go to ESPNLA.com and nominate a local high school junior or senior for a chance to win $250 in cash plus a VIP experience at our All-Star Friday night coming up in a couple of weeks. You only got a couple of more days to do it. Nominations close on Friday. You still have a chance to get $250 into the pocket of a kid that's doing well in school, doing well in the community as well. That, of course, is from our pals at Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC. ESPNLA.com. Go nominate your kid. Get them $250 and an experience that they'll remember for the rest of their lives.
All right, we did this yesterday. We do it again. Combat poker at the Commerce Casino. You got to be a part of this. So it's free to enter. The top 18 advance to the second round. I'd probably be top 300, but that's okay. That's just me. Top 18 advance to the second round. Chance to win $10,000. All you got to do is go to ESPNLA.com. That's ESPNLA.com. Make sure to enter.
And Sliwa. Great friends. Now that bit, if you didn't hear the first hour of the show, back in the old days, Scott Kaplan, of course, from Shinano and Cap, which you'll hear this afternoon at 4 p.m. Cappy back in the San Diego days.
Scott and BR.
Scott Kaplan and Billy Ray Smith, which Slee, of course, worked with. And then Brian Cohen, who's on the Wheels of Steel today. Brian Cohen grew up listening to Scott and BR, and they used to say, great friends.
That was kind of like their tagline.
Great friends. So we're going to steal it on Travis and Sliwa. And I'm going to bring it up this afternoon, and hopefully we start a war between these shows.
Sure.
Kaboom.
Sure.
Exactly. Kaboom.
Okay, so I went to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Don't
bring up what I think you're going to bring up, because I'm very upset right now.
Just try to go get some water, Just
very upset.
A good citizen that I am. By the way, let's move the water, get it away from the laptop.
Oh, yeah, whatever happened? No, we'll get into that. Okay.
Yeah, not good.
You got plenty of money. Don't worry about it.
This is actually ESPN's money. So there is Panini Grill sitting in the kitchen.
Well, because on Thursdays we get Panini Grill.
Of course.
Already kind of
Greg and Stephanie.
Greg and
so
Stephanie. And then
Stephanie, our office
Morales was
manager.
just added to the list.
Well, because I made it a bit.
Yeah. So there's Panini Grill right now sitting in the kitchen.
Right.
Enough for 3 people.
Right.
All individually, you get your individually Tupperware, whatever they get it. And the bag is stapled shut. It's got the receipt there.
Uh-huh.
So nobody can really kind of grab anything. It's just for them 3. Looks amazing. Walked right back, and it's still sitting there.
Right.
It's not open game. Like, is it? Don't you feel a little nervous if you got your food sitting?
I thought you were going to mention that they
kitchen?
forgot my salad.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Because that's a text going on right now.
You got shut out.
They forgot the salad.
That's a shame.
And today was my day since I'm new to this Thursday tradition, because I'm not usually here on Thursdays, and I don't plan to be.
Yeah.
But just the last few weeks, it seems like I've had to be. I treated everybody.
Yep.
So Stephanie's got my Venmo, cold hard cash, directly pipeline, boom.
Damn.
But my salad's not there.
So whose responsibility is it? Stephanie's
I'm going to find
the
out.
holder of the money?
I'm going to find out, my friend.
Is it your food? Like, who has to?
Because I had my heart set on the chicken kebab. But a nice Greek salad.
Did you get a nice plate with the rice and all that stuff?
Who are you talking about? But you know that a Greek salad at an establishment, a Greek salad at an establishment like this is going to be phenomenal.
Solid.
And guess what? It's not there.
Okay, let me tell you something. I hate to tell you this now, but because it's not going to help with your situation.
Does it involve you buying me a salad?
I think there's pita bread there too, right? Does it come with pita bread?
Of course. I mean, this
all
is
right.
the Panini Grill.
We got hummus in there too.
Let me just tell you. I don't know if you know this, but I'll tell you what you do. You cut that pita bread in half. You open it, right?
Well,
get some Greek salad in there first.
There's no Greek salad, Slee.
I know, but this is what would happen if you had Greek salad.
There were a Greek salad.
You don't think I've done this trick?
Get the Greek salad and then put the kebab in there as well.
Well, sure.
It is.
Is there another way to do it? That's the only way I've ever done it.
No, people are eating the salad separately. I want everything to be merged together.
Like a wrap.
I'm telling people. Like I watch people at a restaurant, and there they are eating the salad first. Don't eat the salad first.
Stuff it
Mix
in
it
there.
all together.
Yeah. You got to stuff it in there. And guess what? I don't have this Greek salad. Okay.
You can't stuff it in there.
I can't.
But if you did have a salad,
does Berg have a salad?
No, I ordered a salad for the 3 of us to share. I thought it was a nice
for the table.
For the table.
For the table.
And that salad was probably $15.
Can I tell you guys something?
You know how many bits I got to do to make $15?
Yeah, how much you make per bit?
Yeah. It's not what you would think, Jack.
I think I just broke my tooth.
What?
Literally. I went to take a sip of my water out of the coffee cup, and I whacked my tooth, and I think I just took a chunk out of it. On the backside of this tooth is now missing a piece.
Wait.
You can't see it. It's on the backside, but it doesn't feel good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, this will be playing at Mandy's 3.
I think I just broke my tooth. That's super fun.
Let's make sure we cut off all this. And let's get somebody in here with a solo video.
You should get braces.
Stick your finger in here and tell
yeah,
me if it's
please
broken.
stick your finger in there.
You should get braces.
It's not gonna. I've only touched it with my tongue 8 trillion times in the last 30
Well,
seconds.
what do you mean it's broken? Like a piece came
Like
off
a
or
little
it's
chip.
loose?
No, I chipped a piece of
chipped
the
your
back
tooth.
of the
But how'd
tooth
you
off.
chip the back?
I came in from underneath, like up and under on a layup.
Oh, that's not good. When you come underneath.
This guy Euro stepped with his coffee.
I really do. That is not good.
I'm sorry, but this is amazing. I wasn't expecting today on a live imaging Thursday.
I think I broke my tooth.
First day, like cramp. That was
The cramps?
Yeah, and
from
now
last
you
year?
got tooth gone.
2 years ago?
What happened?
Is it a final on the tooth?
It
is a final!
It feels like there's a little piece
This
out
could
of
be
it.
it, bro.
You have to go to the dentist right now.
You're bleeding.
I
No.
went to the dentist on
Is he
Friday.
bleeding?
No.
Oh.
Sorry.
I went to the
That
dentist on
wasn't
Friday.
cool.
It was terrific. All my teeth were in one piece. Got the cleaning.
Not like really fragile. They weren't like, ooh, this could break at any second.
You know when they
Don't
give a
smash it
notice?
with the coffee cup.
You know how they give a notice like every 6 months you're going for your cleaning?
This is why you got to use plaques, so you get that fluoride rinse, so
That's
your teeth get strong.
That's what Ann said.
Who's Ann?
Hygienist Ann.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
I'm sure Ann's a lovely woman. But
She's great.
yeah. I once dated a dental hygienist. That was my bit.
Also, my friend who has the 2 cats and the bunny is a dental hygienist.
Oh,
so.
so you can go see
Get
the
her on
bunny?
the
Yeah,
phone.
go see her.
So they're going to have to put all kinds of stuff in there. You're
Hair
going to
in
have a
your
long
mouth.
day ahead of you, Trav.
No, it's teeny tiny.
No,
but
you can't eat anything.
It was
Especially the way you eat. Rip that thing right out of there.
Go all liquids for.
It's a good point.
Be
Go
sure we
liquids
cut
for
that
a
last.
month.
That was the bit
stinger?
right there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to cut, guys, back there in the social room.
Ayo.
We have the beginning, then we cut some of that middle out, the dead weight. Then we go right to the way you eat. That's the punchline there. Since we just did favorite comedians,
You don't look good, bro. Your color is different.
Yeah, who
Well,
are your
just-
favorite?
we broke his
comedians?
tooth.
Doesn't feel very
You're not
good.
looking good.
Doesn't feel very
You
You
good.
want to take the rest
worried.
of the day off?
No.
Okay,
I
good,
can-
because we don't have anything to do then. Okay, Cody and DeAndre in here. They got a podcast now, so they could fill in.
How many episodes have you guys
I think
done?
they're on episode 3. Oh,
Okay,
4.
you're on 3 now.
Oh.
You've done 3. That's impressive. It is. It took a while for them to get started. They
I
wouldn't
know.
start.
They were pumped. They were
wouldn't
teasing
start.
it for like a year.
Gotta build
Honestly.
the audience.
Yeah.
Wait, can I tell you guys the story about this new retirement
I was
home
like,
for
hey, have you
Travis?
guys done a podcast yet? No, because Cody's
Do
schedule.
they have a dentist on site?
Probably. All right, so I went to, I don't know if you guys want me to start yet, but this place 40 minutes from Denver. It's called Evergreen, Colorado. I think it's perfect for Travis. There's a little cute little downtown with a bunch of like good bars, a good bar scene, some like
Not bad.
little food scene.
Good start.
It's got like both, you can do big hiking where you're up a hill, and then you can also do like a little walk around the lake.
I like
you
the
can
second
go
one.
and ski, and I know Susan skis. You know, there's like a lot of breweries. There's a winery. There's
Bro.
all this beautiful stuff. And I don't know the price of this town. I wasn't looking on Zillow
What
anywhere
about
near
the
there.
restaurant situation?
So there are a few on the strip. There is, you know, a classic like
What's
bar
the name
fare.
of it again?
Evergreen, Colorado. But the suburbs outside of it have all the rest of the stuff you want. You can have the suburb life. You can have like a Costco and some other stuff. But we ate at a brewery. We brought Trivial Pursuit with us. It was pretty great. But you can kind of
good
go
living.
and get whatever you want.
It's good living right
it's
there.
Just a little smaller than I would like. 10,000 people.
What's
That-
that?
Everyone's
Well,
gonna
you're
know
just
your
going to
name,
visit.
Trav.
It's okay.
No, she's saying this is where I should hang up my
Well, especially when you
hat
have no
and call it
teeth.
a day. I'm going to need soft food.
Do you floss?
I regularly.
Do you plaques?
I not as regularly as I should. But
Do you
yes.
Listerine?
I do.
Well, then I don't know what the problem is.
That I smacked it with a cough. This is not like tooth decay. This is tooth assault.
No, I think the teeth are weak.
10,000 people, Slee. That's too small.
The teeth are weak? The leads are weak. Sorry.
Oh, Emily, way too expensive. This must be a very nice place.
Oh, it's more expensive than where you live currently?
Well, I'm not going to be working in this situation, Chris. This is a retirement.
You think you're going to make it to retirement?
Oh, hell yeah.
You don't think
Oh,
you think your
man.
body's
Hell
going to
yeah.
let you retire?
100%.
No.
I'm taking the over now. I was on the under for a long time. Other than my dental health, I'm doing
Bro,
great.
we got the footage too.
Oh, look at that.
Eddie
Yeah,
Carrillo
that-
went back
that's-
on YouTube.
That's what it was.
And don't
and
worry,
just
ESPN
tried to kind of see the
ESPN Los Angeles will get it. We gotta just go back in the footage.
I gotta get that printed out. I need a T-shirt with that image on it.
And right there. This little piece right here, Slee.
Well, because it's a look on your eyes, too. It's like, oh, no.
A little piece missing. Great.
Come here.
Got any silly putty over
Is
there?
it like with a finger or something you had to put on ice or whatever so they can attach it later?
It's not sensitive to the water, so that's good. Maybe it's just more of a rough patch. I don't know. Got any recommendations?
No, I'm just trying to see players who played through injury.
Is this your flu game?
I'm Willis Reed. I'm
Willis
Jack
Reed.
Youngblood, Bob
Done.
Gibson. These are all
Willis Reed.
Kirk
Done.
Gibson. What else do you want to know?
Done.
No, Willis Reed played like 4 minutes in that game.
Yeah,
Can
but
we
he came
stop
back.
with that?
Yeah, but it was the drama of it. It
It
was
was-
the fact that he ran back out.
He played 4
and
minutes.
MSG was like, oh, my
I think he had like
gosh.
3 points and played 4 minutes. It's the most over. Like Kirk Gibson hit a home run with one arm off the best relief pitcher
Correct.
in baseball.
Which one do you think you should be compared to? Probably Willis Reed.
That's probably fair.
You had 3 points the rest of the way.
That's
It was
probably
our
fair.
final hour of doing the show.
Emily, are we doing more Lakers? Yay or nay?
We may have one more. It is up in the air.
It's actually up to us if we call them.
He's waiting by the phone. You might have to. I'm going to need to.
Do you think
get
your
this
tooth will be
addressed.
fixed by next Friday night, 8 days away?
Oh, yeah.
All-Star Friday night is happening at the West Covina Sportsplex. You know you don't want to miss the event of the summer, our third signature event. It's going to start at 10 a.m., a live broadcast all day long. Starts with these guys, Travis and Sliwa. We'll be out there pressing the flesh. Going to be a party, oh party. You're going to want to be there. And, of course, as night falls on a summer night, that's when the battle of Team Sliwa versus Team Mace will happen. And you know you want to be there. You don't want to miss this party. So make plans to be with us 8 days from today. All-Star Friday night, presented by our friends at Rotolo Chevrolet, Mike Capozio, Capozio Buick GMC. Come visit Rotolo Chevrolet, or Rotolo Chevy, excuse me. I think it's Chevrolet, though.
Chevrolet.
So they screwed up the copy yet again on me.
Rotolo Chevrolet.
I swear to God, these
my
guys.
God.
They can't get just like they can't get me a Mediterranean salad. The Fun and Games department can't write copy.
Okay, are they doing this on purpose?
I think so now.
Yeah, this could be one of those.
It's just like
we'll
everyone
get you a Greek salad for sure.
It's like everyone talking about me about Taylor Swift. You have buttons to push, Chris.
Come visit Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC and see what all the fun is about. We're going to see you next Friday night at the West Covina Sportsplex.
Maybe how the Ohtani decision affects the Dodger decision next. Maybe. Chris is still here, so probably not. It's Travis Slee, 710 ESPN.
What a roller coaster of a season for our Lakers.
From a season start that left us all feeling hopeless.
And the Lakers going to fall to 2-10 on the season.
Rob making huge moves at the deadline.
Vanderbilt went over 3 Warriors and grabbed it and put it back up and in.
Hope returning to Crypto.com in the Southland.
Here's D'Angelo Russell. Kicks it right side. Hachimura for 3. Good again. This kid can't miss. One-on-one against Kenrick Williams. Backing him in. Turns. Shoots. Scores! There it is! All hail the new king in town. Young and old, gather round. From one iconic Laker to another. The king, LeBron James, has passed the captain.
And a playoff run nobody saw coming.
We told by our analytical department that gave us a 0.3% chance of making it to the postseason. Now here we are in the playoffs.
I don't care. He's old. I poke bears. I don't respect no one until they come.
Austin Reeves has got it. Reeves to LeBron, lay it up and in. 42-13 Lakers.
For an old guy, he beat Brooks down the floor pretty easily.
They threw Dylan Brooks out of the game.
We cheered together, we celebrated together, and we will smile together now that the season is over. Thanks, King, AD, Austin, and the rest of the Lake Show for getting us back to the playoffs.
The home of the 17-time champion LA Lakers. 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Travis here. Don't forget, you're going to want to go to ESPNLA.com and nominate a local high school junior or senior for a chance to win $250 in cash plus a VIP experience at our All-Star Friday night coming up in a couple of weeks. You only got a couple of more days to do it. Nominations close on Friday. You still have a chance to get $250 into the pocket of a kid that's doing well in school.
What is it? Is this the mix of like the dose? No, this is, what's the commercial?
I know
Modelo.
Yeah. Did Jay-Z
We're a
take
Michelob
this
Ultra radio
song?
station, though, honestly.
Okay, Modelo. Remember Nike had the commercial for this as well? Troy Polamalu and LaDainian Tomlinson were both in commercial. They're like kids, and as they're growing up, he's got a hurt tooth. He doesn't remember anything. Literally,
I can't stop touching
the whole
it.
break was, I chipped my tooth.
It's a live imaging Thursday.
How do you take
Travis
a pastrami sandwich, Chris?
Well, from the hat. You just order their famous dip.
And it comes, it's a dip.
Well,
With
you know
the
what I
jus?
mean? No, it's a pastrami sandwich. You've never been to the hat?
I have, but there's different
I have
ways
never
you can
been
get
to the
it.
hat. Never.
Pickles and mustard, yes?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can add that.
But usually that's how it comes.
It doesn't come that way. It comes just straight pastrami dip, but you can add pickles and mustard.
Yeah, that's the way.
And then their onion rings are amazing there. Their chili fries are amazing.
What time? What day was this?
This was Saturday night. I just remembered that I went there because it was a long day of eating and
activities,
drinking. And
Saturday night. What time?
I said probably like 9:30.
Okay.
It's after I got the Mandala bottle from Total Wine in
Okay.
Brea. Over there, I went to the one in Brea on Imperial Highway.
Is there anything
this
that
guy's
got
set.
consumed post pastrami sandwich? Because if there was tequila mandala after the sandwich, that could.
Well, I
open
went
up the-
home. I wasn't driving.
Well, I know,
under
but
the
there's
influence.
there's more food at your house, I would assume.
No, I try to keep food out of the house.
There's no food. You're like Bergman.
Not like food. Not like there's like vegetables and like stuff like that.
You
but
can
not
make
like,
I'm with you. I got
peanut butter and
no-
jelly sandwich if you
no,
wanted to.
God, you think a loaf of bread should be in my home? No,
It's not a nuclear weapon. It's a loaf of bread.
but I don't have children that I need to like provide food for.
Yeah, but you're an adult that should be able to feed yourself.
I do. I go to the hat and don't remember it. Or I've got the factor meals. Like when I'm on,
There's
I'm
no
on.
like staples in your house.
In the pantry.
Eggs?
There's like
You got eggs?
there's eggs.
Well, this is
Okay.
why you and Greg should talk because you guys both don't have
Yeah.
anything in your
No,
home.
I've got a
The-
pantry full of stuff, but it's the pantry is in. It's a long explanation, but it's not in the kitchen.
You got tortillas?
I've got low carb tortillas.
Okay. Do you have beans?
There are cans of
Do-
beans in the
Do
pantry.
you have some cheese?
I'm careful
Some
on the
deli
cheese.
meat? Deli meat there?
No, that's you don't need the deli meat.
I picture you like the Tony Soprano,
The
where
peanut
he opens
butter
the
is
fridge and
important.
he just starts jamming deli meats in.
Some gabagool.
Oh, I'll have. Please. Here's the thing: when I go to the deli, I get a couple pounds of everything, and then it's just a week of gabagool, salam, mortadella.
What is gabagool?
It's just like Italian bologna.
Capricola?
Yeah.
Oh, it's capicola.
Capicola. Mortadella is Italian bologna.
Gabagool is in the south of Baja California.
Next to
I'll
La
have
Paz.
the gabagool.
Yeah.
Where you going? Gabagool. There for a week.
Now I want the hat with my broken tooth and everything. Now I've got a preoccupation.
You
with the
sound
hat.
like you're mentally over it.
Until I touch it with my tongue.
Good
again.
15 minutes. I couldn't get in to just, hey, what do you want to do
I
next
was trying
segment?
to-
You're like, oh, not right now.
I was trying to work through it.
All right,
trying
my
to
bad.
work through some things.
Why are you yelling?
I'm feeling better.
Are you?
No. Trying to talk myself into it.
What are the chances you're here tomorrow, or is it going to be Clinton Yates with sleep?
100%. I don't miss work.
Did you have to scratch your beard into the microphone?
No, just scratching my face. Trying to.
When he says I
Trying
don't
to
miss
distract
work,
myself.
it's more like also you want the noise of like I'm a hardworking
Did
guy.
we do Dodgers yet?
No.
No. Well, I'm going to go eat my panini grill without my
Did
salad.
you get a salad yet?
Go
I'm
down
outraged.
to Starbucks. Go get one of their salads.
It's not
and
the
just
same.
do it.
It's
Of
not the
course,
same.
it's not the same. It's not even close to the same. But it's the best.
And
you
it
can
went
do
through
right
a
now.
third-party delivery service, which I'm not going to call out. But so where does the refund come? It's not coming.
No, it's not coming.
No, you can get a refund from the third party.
And it wasn't even
delivery
through me.
service.
I Venmo'd
Email-
Stephanie. She ordered it, so she's gonna go get the refund and take my 15 bones.
Well, she deserves it.
Somebody's having a salad somewhere on Chris.
Yeah, somewhere someone is having a salad. And
What
it's
if
an outrage.
Stephanie's eating a salad right now and
It's
she
a
got
Jeffrey
the
Greek
15?
salad. I don't know where yours went. This one's mine. But you get those Kalamata olives in there, a little red onion. It's very hard to beat.
It is hard to beat,
It's
and
very
that's
hard to
all I
beat.
wanted today.
And it's fresh and it's light, and you feel good about yourself
Yeah.
after you eat that.
20 minutes away from Super Crosstalk. Mason's back. He decided to come to work
He
today.
is?
I think.
All right.
By the way,
He was already texting us about these comedians we left off.
great news. They have updated our cover photo.
That's pretty great.
That is
Look, I'm not
good.
Leon Spinks. I didn't lose the tooth. I just took a very small little piece out of it. I think I'll
Thank
survive
you.
to another day.
Dan Wynn. Thank you, brother.
Do you know who Leon Spinks is, Slee? I just remember. He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated when I was like 10. He's a boxer, and he's missing both of his two front teeth.
Yeah.
So that's any toothless person is now Leon Spinks for the rest of
Do you
my
ever like see somebody at the bar or something like that, and if they're missing a tooth, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna go around. Or it's the cauliflower.
Those guys
ears.
you give a very wide berth.
I go to a different bar.
Yeah, those.
I just
those
decide.
Are,
you know what? I'm not even because even if I offered him a drink, I don't know how that's going to go. Is he going to take that disrespect? Well, you don't think I have money?
so
I want nothing.
Cauliflower
to do
ear means they mean business, right? You don't mess. A missing tooth could mean a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Right. That's not necessarily a tough guy. That could just be bad luck. That could be you don't take care of your teeth.
I'm trying to play it
a
safe.
lot of things.
I'm trying to play it safe. Even if he doesn't take care of his teeth, I'll go to the other side of
If
the bar.
you're missing a bunch of them, then I think that's more of a you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're not making your every 6-month appointment. Oh, I was so excited. We went to I told you I went to the dentist on Friday.
Yeah.
And I had to leave my original dentist to go to a different one for a while because of our insurance situation. We're back to the one
Unlike
that I love.
mine, which they just die.
Yeah, yours die. My insurance changed. So I went back to the one that I love. And get my teeth cleaned. And she says, oh, I need to check your new plan because you may be able to get under the wire to get an additional cleaning later in the year because you get X amount per calendar year as opposed to every 6 months.
I don't get it.
She's trying to get me an extra cleaning. Who wouldn't want another dental cleaning if you could get it?
Me.
Can't wait. Can I book an appointment? I'll go in there. I'll tell them I'm Emily, and I'll get another.
Well, then they might die. Who knows?
We have Stretch Lab come in here once a month. You should have your dentist come in here once a month, just in the back there, just working on your teeth.
Love that guy. All right, Ohtani. We'll see. They got swept by the Padres. You just said it's the first series sweep of the season.
Padres have won 3 games in a row. They have not swept a team.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So they sweep the Angels 3 games. They're off today. The Angels are. They play the Dodgers Friday, Saturday, their final series before the All-Star break.
Yep.
They're fading fast. They're only a game over 500. They're 7 games back in the division. They're 4 games back in the wild card. Mike Trout is down for at least a month. And by the way, here's the other thing. Maybe 2. 4 to 8 weeks means he'll be back early in August or he'll be back early in September. If he's back early in September, that means they got another 20 games or so to make up what could be a deficit of 8, 9, 10 games potentially. Yeah. So that's happening. Anthony Rendon constantly hurt. Ohtani's got a finger problem. They should move him. And the Dodgers have always been mentioned as the most likely spot. I think he will end up as a Dodger. That being said, there is no guarantee at all. The Dodgers need starting pitching. The Dodgers need bullpen help. The Dodgers could use another bat in the order. If you're Andrew Friedman, and I know this is not how he operates, but is now not the time because it fixes their problem potentially. It fixes your problem. It takes him off the market more than likely. If you get him in, I think it'd be very likely he'd decide to go unlikely, I should say, that he goes somewhere else. Do you not do the thing that you never do and just say, let's just go get this done today and see what happens? Because if you don't, and you try to get him in the offseason and you miss, and this season just goes up in smoke, what have you done?
Here's the problem. The problem is that I think we both agree. You were making a case earlier today that Artie Moreno's not going to trade Shohei Ohtani.
Unless they completely collapse over the next 3 weeks. I'm talking now like they go on they lose
8
12
or 10.
Or 15.
Okay. Yeah. Well, they're positioning themselves.
They're well on their way.
If that's the goal, then that's what they're kind of doing. If you don't think Artie Moreno is going to, just hypothetically speaking, they're not going to trade Shohei Ohtani. The last thing I think he's going to do, and this is kind of the point that you've made, it's not about logic. It's not about make the smart decision. There's a lot of other things that factor into Artie Moreno's head. To trade him to the Dodgers is the last thing I think he's going to do. And by the way, if you're the Dodgers, I do agree. Hey, go make a run for him. If you can go get it done, go get it done. The problem is, of all the scenarios out there, I think that's the one Artie Moreno. If first it's, I don't want to trade him. Okay. If the second is, okay, I have to trade him, I'm not trading him to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Artie Moreno will probably sleep better at night saying, at least if I trade him to one of these other teams, maybe he ends up out of the state of California. Maybe he ends up in Northern California, not 45 minutes away from my stadium. I think
does that matter? I'm genuinely asking. Does it matter if he's gone? He's gone. Maybe it's worse if he's up the road.
I think it matters. I'll give you an example. I was at the game on Monday, Padres-Angels. If hypothetically, Padres haven't helped themselves, if he ended up a San Diego Padre, and if Artie Moreno was just being completely honest, hey, if I could prefer to have him play with one of these two franchises, even though Anaheim is almost in the middle of the two, I think he's going to go play for the Padres. On top of that, I just kind of set it up this way.
That's not taking into consideration, for instance, and the Padres are the perfect example. The Padres have virtually nothing to offer to the Angels.
Yeah, they didn't do anything.
Right.
They didn't help themselves in this situation.
So they don't have, and never mind the winning, whatever they had is in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
They gave it all away to go get Juan Soto, right? So they spent their capital there. The Dodgers, like we talked about yesterday, have the best farm system in baseball.
Yep.
They are as flush with prospects as anyone else. At some point, do I want him to go to the Dodgers? No. But what's my best return? It might be what the Dodgers have to offer. Am I going to spite myself just because I don't want to see him in Dodger
Isn't he
blue?
already doing that? I mean, that's the problem with the Artie Moreno argument. If we're going to make one argument that says, Allie's not going to be logical, he's going to keep him, it's going to be too late, he's going to stay there, he's going to say, I'm not the guy that traded Artie Moreno.
What if Ohtani goes to him? And these are all hypotheticals. But what if he goes to him 2 weeks from now and the Angels just, they're nosediving.
I want out.
And he says, just so you know, I'm not coming back. So if you want to get something for me, now's the time to do it. And now he says it publicly.
Yep.
I think it's time for me to move on.
Yep.
They got to move him at that point.
Wouldn't which, by the way, that's probably the most if that happened, that's probably the best way for Ohtani to leave this season. But once Ohtani is available in the market, I really do believe other teams are going to say, listen, the only shot we got to overpay. If he goes into the offseason, and now we're talking about this yesterday, here's a presentation coming from the Mariners. Here's a presentation coming from the Giants. Here's a presentation coming from the Dodgers. Here's a presentation coming from the Yankees. The only way that your presentation has any chance against, on paper, what the Dodgers' presentation is going to be, I got to go get him before they do.
I got to get him in the building.
I got to get him. He has to be here for a little bit of time. And I think some teams will take some risks to say, whatever the hell it is, knowing that he could leave as well, I think teams will take that risk.
We can talk about this when we get into the dump, too, because I think you bring up a really good point. Do we know anything about what he wants? He is, other than I want to win, the only thing that everything else, we're kind of projecting our own ideas into what he wants because he hasn't really said anything. We can talk more about that when we come back. It's Travis Lee and the dump coming up next. It's 710 ESPN. Hey, if you get hurt in an accident, you got to call Sweet James. 1-800-9-million. That's the phone number. Super easy to remember. 1-800-9-million. That phone number again, 1-800-900-0000. Because if you're injured in an accident, you need to know that not all personal injury attorneys are created the same because they absolutely aren't. Sweet James, they've been awarded best attorneys in America, and personal injury, it's all that they do. All day, every day, time, energy, expertise, resources into strengthening your case so you win, so you get the settlement that you deserve, so you get the car fixed the way that it's supposed to, so you get your medical expenses covered. This is what Sweet James does. This is why he stopped working for the insurance companies and started working for you. 1-800-9-million. We've had a couple accidents in my household. We've called Sweet James. 1-800-9-million. My friends have reached out and said, hey, should I call Sweet James? Absolutely call Sweet James. Get a call back a few weeks later. Hey, Trav, thank you so much. 1-800-9-million. If you are hurt in an accident, call the accident attorneys at Sweet James. 1-800-9-million. 1-800-900-0000 and sweetjames.com.
for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
Did you see Ellie De La Cruz?
Oh yeah,
talking noise at the Nats. I'd like a couple of things happening here at the same time. So the Nats basically had the umpires check Ellie De La Cruz's bat. The knob on his bat is a little non-traditional, and they had the umpires look at it like, is that conforming to the rules? Umpire said, yep, he's good to go. Later in the game, he hits just a titanic home run. And before he takes off out of the box, he looks into the Nats dugout and points at the knob.
Yeah, he just wants to make sure you guys know, hey,
just so you know, that it's not the knob, bro. It's me. It's my ability. I love that he chirps.
Okay.
I love that he, 5 minutes after getting called up from the minor leagues to the Reds, he beats out that ball to first base. He says, I'm the fastest man in the world. I love his attitude. I love his game, everything about it. But you know what the best part about it is, Al?
Mm-hmm.
That he gets to do all that, and he doesn't have to worry about somebody throwing a fastball in his ear. Because it's not that long ago. Let's go back to the Yasiel Puig era, right? When he was doing what he did, and he's styling some home runs and things, and everybody's like, oh, he's bad for the game. He's showing people up. Why does he have to do that? And we've come to the point where, you know what? You do something cool, it's cool. Fernando Tatis Jr. hits a home run, and he wants to stutter step around third base. We're all good. You don't have to worry about getting ear-holed a couple of innings later. I like that baseball it seems, has finally moved beyond all those stupid unwritten rules that dominated it for as long as it did.
So I think it's not just that. It's the rule changes. It does feel like, hey, you know what? Baseball, it's evolving. And they were the latest. They were the last to evolve. And what it does, at least for someone like me, someone like you, even if you're taking just a clip on Twitter and you're showing Ellie do his thing like you mentioned yesterday hitting that home run, you want to highlight the stars. The NBA is so star-driven. The NFL, I know they got helmets on because very star-driven. Baseball, you want it to be more star-driven. It highlights more of these guys, gives them some personality. Let them do their thing.
It for sure. But even the stars, like I'll go back to, if you were anything other than put your head down and run around the bases, you had pitchers yelling at you.
Yep.
You had opposing managers calling you pushly. You don't see it.
Remember,
now, they may still hate it, but they're at least not voicing their opinions publicly anymore.
Well, and let's put it this way. If the consumer hates it, that's important.
It's bad for business.
Consumer likes it.
Yeah.
The consumer wants a little bit of, no, show me a little bit of flair.
Is Ellie De La Cruz the real thing, or is this just a rookie that came up that's gotten off to a great start, and fast forward a year from now, it's like, yeah, he's pretty good.
He started off against the Dodgers. Remember that series? He started off against the Dodgers. I'd be lying to you if I said that, hey, I know exactly how he's doing. He looks like he's the real deal. Every time I see something on him, I love his speed. He's got the power. I mean, there are things that you had said something when he first came up.
He had 4 hits on the 4th of July. He hits a home run yesterday. Like, he's
And he didn't come out of nowhere.
No.
He was the number one prospect.
He's been on people's radar for a while. You never know for sure, right? For every Bryce Harper, there's a Todd Van Poppel. He was supposed to be, you don't even know who he is, right? You never really know for sure, but he's a pretty good bet. He's a pretty remarkable guy. Forrest Gump came out on this day in 1994. Emily, would you like to give us your opinion
I
of Forrest
just
Gump?
think that it's a little overrated. All right,
Whoa.
so I think that it's kind of I don't know. I watched it as a kid. I thought when I was young that it was the best movie ever, and I got older and I was like, I don't know. This is just there's a lot of stuff that I don't really vibe with anymore.
Where are you on Forrest Gump, Sleep?
It's okay. Yeah, I haven't. It's not one of those movies I go back and say, hey, I really want to watch that movie again. It's maybe
run, Forrest, run.
Maybe properly rated. I just kind of, if it's a little
Always
overhyped,
showing.
There's a lot of movies that are
It's on a
overhyped.
lot. It's on a lot.
I'm not, put it this way, I'm not stopping if it's on.
Yeah.
I'm not watching if it's on.
It's you guys know my number one complaint with almost everything. It's way too long.
Too long, yeah.
It's way too
How
long.
long is it? 3?
I honestly
think
don't
so.
know.
Is it?
Emily, look up the running time on that movie. I honestly don't know what it is, but it felt like
It's
it was
2:22.
Okay, so long, but not crazy long.
If
It's not a
222
3-hour
seems
movie.
long,
That's what I'm
then
saying.
there's something there.
That could have been a tight hour 45, and it's a much better movie.
Yeah.
That
Do you like my
entire-
impression of the kid on the bus that won't let Forrest sit next to him? He said, "Seat's taken." Tyken.
It's
You
not
can sit
bad.
next to me.
It's not your New Jersey accent.
Hey,
or
I'm
whatever
walking
we're
here.
doing that.
Slate's Tyken.
It's way too long. It was this day in 2002 that the women's singles at Wimbledon final, Serena Williams beat her sister Venus, the two-time defending champion. It was the third title match at a major in 10 months, and the first all-sister Wimbledon since 1884. That's got to be so weird, right? Let's think about this. You're an athlete at the level of both Serena and Venus. Okay, you're some of the best who have ever done it. And not only because you have these unbelievable athletic gifts, but because you've honed these athletic gifts to, just the finest level.
Yeah.
And you're wildly competitive. Okay, so you've been working your whole life to get to this point. You're here. There's just another person on the other side of the net that I need to beat, or is it, am I really going to have to beat my sister? That has to be such a weird moment.
Or if you're the older sister, having to play the younger sister and getting beat by the younger sister, it's just, sucks.
What's interesting in this story is, remember, was it a couple years ago now, King Richard came out, right? And all the hype was on Venus Williams. And Serena was kind of the one that, wasn't
Richard
really
was
getting...
saying all along, like, wait till the younger sister gets here.
But at least what was being watched in the tournament, she's too young to play in these tournaments, whatever the case is. And then she eventually becomes that. The one, I think the only thing tougher than that, playing your sister or playing a sibling.
Yeah.
How about the parent that has two players on the opposite side playing in the Super Bowl, playing in the World Series, playing in the NLCS, whatever it is.
Somebody's leaving devastated.
Yeah.
Somebody's leaving having gotten this close. Maybe tennis is a little bit better because I think, if memory serves, Venus had already won Wimbledon at this point, maybe?
Yeah, she was the two-time defending champion.
Okay, so she has one in her back pocket, so maybe...
Now your sister got
one.
You're 51% on Serena's side?
Guys, look at the date. That's 21 years ago.
She was playing the other day.
Yeah, Serena just quote-unquote retired. I don't think that she's totally done, but that's so impressive of her longevity. Obviously, she was not the unbeatable force that she used to be at the end of the line, but it's insane how her staying power.
All right, I want to throw this one out here. We can start our Super Crosstalk conversation with this. The 3-year cruise ship is back on. Life at Sea Cruises will allow passengers to stay on board for as long as 3 years. You can work or not. We'll put a pin in that. We'll do a little Super Crosstalk.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K2560X 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Mason and Ireland to join Travis and Slee?
Super Crosstalk begins. Super Crosstalk presented by In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger is all about.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
So either one of you guys signing up to live on a cruise ship for 3 years?
No, thanks.
Are you not
know
a
what
cruise
changed?
guy at all?
No, I went on one. It was fun, but it was 3 days, and that was the perfect length.
Where'd you go to Mexico?
I went to the Bahamas.
Okay.
My whole family flew to Florida. Like everybody from there were people in Pennsylvania, people in California, people in Florida. We all met in Florida. I'm assuming it was in Miami, and then we took a boat to the Bahamas and back. And it was fun, but 3 days was enough. My cousin and I were drunk for 3 days.
Well, that's the whole point of these things, right? Is to eat and drink. And maybe
Yeah.
if you like to gamble, there's usually casinos on the boat.
There was that.
Yeah.
And I lost enough money where I said this cruise should be over, and it was.
Can you imagine 1 month on a cruise?
I can't imagine 3 days.
Well, the one thing
it's not for me.
The one thing I do remember, I lost a bunch of money early on that trip, and then somebody introduced me to Caribbean Stud Poker. You guys ever played that?
I've heard of it. I don't know what it is.
Basically, you're playing against a blackjack dealer,
Okay.
and if you get a good hand, your odds go up. For example, 3 of a kind pays 5-1. Full House pays 10-1. So
Okay.
if you get hot, you can get all your money back, and that's what happened to me. I got most of my money back playing Caribbean Stud Poker, and then my cousin would drag me. She was she discovered Bahama Mamas, which are basically...
Those are like a hurricane, right?
Right, well, they're like a daiquiri,
Yeah.
except they're made with coconuts. And
there's nothing worse
Sounds
than
like
one
a
of those
hangover
cocktails
ready to...
that
Well, you can't get hungover if you never sober up.
Right. Well, that's like one of those. You can't be drunk all day if you don't drink in the morning.
Right.
That's those
It's
cocktails.
5 o'clock somewhere, Trav.
Those cocktails that you can't taste any of the booze are lethal.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're
Right.
almost always filled with an incredible amount of sugar, which is where the hangover comes from. You drink 6 of them thinking everything's fine, and then you wake up in the Bahamas, you don't know what's happening.
Are you a fan of margaritas or no?
One.
Okay, so margaritas.
One and you're out.
Yeah. Like I don't need a day's worth of margaritas, but a margarita occasionally is good.
Margarita is like fruit punch to me. It's not. I'm with you. Like I fall along the lines of I could just drink 5 of these and not even realize I had a margarita until I get up.
Oh, you know what? Me too. I can drink margaritas
They're
all
so
night.
good.
That is my drink.
They're so good.
Have you tried it with mezcal? Mezcal is great in a margarita.
My girl usually gets it with mezcal.
Yeah. With the Dos Hombres in the
There's
margarita
a
is
smokiness that comes with the mezcal that I don't like in a margarita.
You don't?
It's
got a little savory
mezcal.
kind of.
I like,
Yeah.
but not in a margarita. I
Okay.
don't want my margarita smoky.
All right.
I want it
Smoky.
a
You
little
want it
sweeter, a
sweet.
little limey.
Yeah, sweet.
Right? Are you a margarita guy? Arlen?
Yeah, I like them. I saw you sent me a text over the weekend
Oh,
that you
yeah.
you had a worthy splash after your golf round.
Can I tell you the truth? Forgot I sent you that.
Nice.
Wow.
I forgot.
I was all
had
proud
sent
of you,
that.
too. I was
yeah,
like,
no, but because we went out and we're going around, I'm like, what sounds really good is a worthy splash. And I said, can you put a little salt on the rim of that thing?
Oh, nice.
It was
it's so
nice.
unbelievable.
Little salt on the rim is a nice
and I,
touch.
when they said it there, I said it to you, and literally until you mentioned that,
I've never been prouder of you.
completely.
Was that the same round you told me about the other day where you played lights out?
It was.
Yeah, that's a good day.
Celebrating.
Yeah, that's
I was
a good day,
Made a
man.
few putts
Can we
along the
talk
way.
about your snake draft?
Yeah, let me. Did you hear it by chance,
No.
John? Okay, so today is Kevin Hart's birthday. So we were drafting our favorite comedians.
Okay.
So here
Stand-up
are the
comedians,
list.
yep.
Emily, John Mulaney,
Love them.
Wanda Sykes, Jim Gaffigan,
Strong.
Slee, Chappelle, Bernie Mac, and Sebastian Maniscalco.
I've
He's so
told
good.
you people love Sebastian Maniscalco.
I don't know who that is.
I
Yeah.
think he's so funny. My
He's
mom
funny.
and Leo have seen him like twice, and
Have
they
they
love
really?
the
He
guy.
sells
He
out.
plays stadiums.
I think that's
yeah.
pretty close
Arenas.
between those two.
Mine is Jerry Seinfeld, Richard Pryor, and this will. If you know him, you're going to love this. If you don't, Bill Hicks.
I like Bill Hicks.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. So Bill Hicks was early 80s, maybe?
Yeah, I'd say.
It's just outrageously funny. And then Brian, Eddie Murphy, Kevin Hart, and Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias.
Well, that's the winner.
Fluffy.
Brian's got the best draft.
Yeah.
So you wanted Carlin, and who
I
else?
wanted George Carlin. I wanted Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
I wanted Sarah Silverman.
Sarah Silverman's great.
Sarah Silverman's
Sarah
new comedy
Silverman's your
special
top 3?
is filthy.
So
I
that's
haven't
so
seen
you
it.
would have
I
gotten
haven't
all
seen it.
3 of those people.
I would have still gotten my picks. And I mean, did you guys not respect the history of comedy and realize that everything sort of flows through George Carlin?
No, Carlin is
Well, and Carlin would say everything flowed through Lenny Bruce.
Yes,
Lenny
of
Bruce.
course,
Well,
Lenny
and
Bruce.
Pryor is a disciple of that as
And
well.
Pryor's was a great stand-up.
Yeah.
Great stand-up. And Eddie Murphy, unbelievable
So
stand-up.
your list would be Chris Rock, George Carlin, and Sarah Silverman?
Yes.
Yeah.
How does that stack up?
Good. Strong. I think Mason's would beat any of your 4.
Yes. By the way, I'm texting you names through the entire bit. I'm like George Carlin,
I couldn't have
Chris
Richard
Rock.
Pryor and George Carlin. They're to me,
All right,
they're of the
there
same
were,
era.
There were
same
two
genre.
guys that had a shelf life, but if you hit them in their window, I could not stop laughing. The first one was Sam Kinison.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
So Sam Kinison and Bill Hicks were contemporaries. They're
Okay.
of the same era.
The other one, and you guys are going to think I'm crazy because this guy burned out super fast. But for about 18 months, Andrew Dice Clay had everybody
He
going.
was funny.
Had
He
everybody
was
going.
funny, and but it was the same joke,
Right.
There
It
was
really
there wasn't
But it
a
was
lot of
more.
layers
It was
to
more the delivery.
It
Yeah.
was the cigarette around the head and,
And
the
I would probably
snapping the jacket.
Yeah, I would be remiss if I didn't put Larry David in there, who was
Sure.
a stand-up comedian who then launched Seinfeld and Curb.
I would be wrong not to put my podcast partner Sue Kalinsky on the list. Who
Yeah,
did
who was
stand up
who had
for
a career as a stand-up comedian
20
for a
years.
long time.
And on top of that, I also, in addition to Sue, Stephen Wright is one of my favorite.
Yeah, really
comics.
funny.
You, know
You
Stephen
either
Wright?
like it or don't. It's
Yeah.
it's that super
It's
dry.
so dry.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
good. He's actually
Well,
going to be on the podcast
there's
next
a
week.
guy-
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
Does
yeah.
he ever come out of character, or is he always in character?
He says he's always in character.
Okay.
That is
Okay,
just who
so
he
there's
is.
a modern day Stephen Wright that is like super understated, but then you think about it, it's like everybody laughs. His last name is Jeselnik.
Oh,
yeah,
Anthony
Jalesnik.
Yeah, he's that way now.
He's very good.
Did you guys ever see the original Kings of Comedy?
Yeah. Bernie Mac's in that.
Okay, so Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer,
Yep.
Bernie Mac, and D.L. Hughley.
Yeah.
So, D.L. Hughley's a big sports radio guy. Listens.
Oh, is he really?
Lives in
also
L.A.
Also a big politics guy.
Calls in every once in a while, calls us, calls 570.
D.L. lines open, 877-710 ESPN.
Bernie Mac's set might be
who he makes fun of
thing I've
he makes
ever
fun of
seen
in that
him.
movie, in that set? Phil Jackson. Remember he does the Phil
right.
Jackson walk?
That's right.
Oh, right.
And he starts walking like Phil Jackson with two bad hips, and Bernie Mac starts walking on the stage. You go, oh my God, that's perfect.
It's a good one.
Have either one of you guys ever tried that?
Stand up?
To go on stage and tell jokes?
Not only have I tried it, but
did you really?
Oh yeah, when I lived in Beaumont. I lived in Beaumont, Texas for 4.5 years. It was my second stop in TV. So there were a lot of comedy houses there, and they in essence did their own Saturday Night Live. Okay, so
sketches,
90 minutes, sketches, but the comedians never did it. They got somebody from around town to do it.
Okay.
And there are no celebrities in Beaumont, Texas, so it was almost always either newscasters, guys who played for the minor league baseball team, like a singer who would be coming through town. So one time they said, will you host it this week? And, man, it's fun. It's a rush. But when you bomb, you have nowhere to go. Like if you tell a joke that you think's funny, and there was only like maybe 150 people in the audience.
That's a lot.
That's a good amount. That's a big.
lot.
I mean, you go to a comedy club, you don't often see 150 people.
But they only did this once a week, so everybody knew about it, and it became a fun thing. And then when your friends found out you were doing it, like probably 30 to 40 of those people were friends of mine.
And did you kill?
I did fine.
Yeah.
But a couple of jokes in the monologue, which the comedians basically write for you, didn't hit. And I literally on stage,
you just want to crawl in a hole?
This
like,
is brutal. And then I just go on to the next joke, and I got out of it fine. But we did it was really fun.
Have you ever done it?
I haven't, but I always talk about doing it. I would be interested
because you're up for the bit.
I'm up for the bit. No, I always say, because Sue's my podcast, I always say she can open for me. And, of course, she's done it for 20 years. Yeah. And I'm working on a set. When I say something funny, I'm like, I'm going to put this in my set. And so it's an ongoing joke. I've never actually done a set, but I've always thought about doing one.
Do you think you will?
I would try it. Jeannie Buss did a set.
Right. She did it in Hawaii when I was over there covering training camp, and I went to it, and she did great. And this was before she knew Jay Moore. I mean, maybe she might have known Jay, but they weren't together.
Jokes of hers?
Yeah, and like she made fun of herself, and like probably did 10 minutes, and she was really good. I was shocked that she did it because she didn't have to, obviously, but she was great.
But the idea, so you can sit in here and you can talk about whatever we talk about, and occasionally you'll think of something funny and you hope it lands. And
right.
But the idea of walking out onto a stage and saying, all right, here, give me 10 minutes, make me laugh.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Well, I'll tell you, having talked to a lot of stand-ups and stand-ups who went on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, right? The amount of time that is spent on those 5 minutes is unbelievable. I mean, it winds up being word for word, feeling for feeling, joke for joke from what they have tuned in a comedy club over time. Nifty story about Nifty.
How
who
old
the
are
hell
you?
am I? Nifty. Good story.
My grandmother walking into the room.
It's a nifty story. No, good story about Stephen Ryan. He actually is the only comic to ever do The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson twice. He killed on a Monday, and Johnny Carson had him back on a Friday to do a second set in the same week. Yes. So he had to go out. He did this set on Monday. Then I had to rush around, figure out, okay, what's my B material? What's my other set?
Yeah, I was
going to
say he's put years into that 5 minutes.
Years into it, yeah. And they asked him to do another 5.
That's gotta be exhausting, though. Like for Stephen Wright specifically, to always be that deadpan, that dry, to never break that.
Right.
At some point, doesn't something make you genuinely laugh?
Somebody named Matt just sent us a name that we all forgot that should be on somebody's list. Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, Ricky Gervais. I texted you guys about Ricky Gervais. He's another one.
I don't get it.
You don't get it?
I don't get it.
Oh, have you ever seen him host the Golden Globes?
Yeah.
And you didn't.
Come on.
You
He's
didn't get
good.
it
Come
then?
on. He's good.
He's really funny.
When he makes everybody in the whole room so uncomfortable they have nowhere to go.
I appreciate the goal of uncomfortable humor. Like I get it. It misses me, and it's not. I obviously I'm wrong. All three of you guys like it. Steven on Twitter likes it.
Well, it's a matter of taste. I mean, it's totally subjective. I think Ricky Gervais is really fun. The other one and by the way, Sarah Silverman's got an unbelievable comedy special on Prime on wherever it is, you'll find it. And Amy Schumer is another one who's got a special out on Netflix. She's also very funny and ridiculously filthy. And my argument is that women can get away with jokes that guys cannot.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that.
There is. I mean, there's stuff where Sarah Silverman says something. I'm like, oh man, but it's because she's got a sweet delivery about it. And she gets away with more.
And she's beautiful.
Yeah, and she is.
And that's what makes it even more like, whoa.
Yeah,
you know, it's this. Like you said, it's this package of sweet beauty, demure, and this like what
filth.
I think I told you I'm like
filth.
I'm like 3 blocks from Ice House in Pasadena.
Oh, did you ever go?
And I still have never been.
You know who owns that?
Yeah,
Johnny Buss.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Still have never been.
I want to say this could be slightly wrong, but it's mostly right. I think it's the oldest comedy club west of the Mississippi River.
Oh, really?
It's been around for Susan and I when we were in high school. We used to go there when we were first dating out of high school. We used to go there all the time. It's a great spot. All sorts of unbelievable comedians. I got a quick one for you, John.
Yes, sir.
Can you explain to me in a minute or two why I should care about the NBA midseason tournament?
I can't.
Okay.
Other than people that are big soccer nuts, and Adam Silver's one, Mike Trudell's one, they keep saying, wait till you see. Like, wait, this is that they've been doing this in soccer for 100 years, and it's great. It's like, first of all, I know that they quote unquote aren't going to release the details until Saturday. I can tell you a few things. It's going to be in Vegas.
Yep.
Every team is going to be in it. All right. So every team, there's going to be 6 pods.
But only the semifinals and final are in Vegas, right?
I don't think so. I think it's all in Vegas.
So it's going to be a pod, and then you advance to single elimination, or is it going to be single elimination?
No, the winners of each
start?
pod advance.
Okay, got it.
So, and then the only games that aren't these games are going to count as part of your 82,
right?
Except
the
for
title.
the championship,
the semi.
Game.
Okay,
and maybe the semis too. But I know the championship game won't.
I read it this way: the championship game is the only one that will not count as
Why?
a regular season.
By the way,
game.
why?
Because if you win it, you're going to get something good. Now that's what
but
I don't know.
$500,000 is what I read this morning.
Well, what I would do is say if you win it, you guarantee yourselves a playoff spot.
That's what I would say too.
See, that's far more interesting to me because now you have stakes. Now you have something valuable to play for. Because let's say you're a team, the Atlanta Hawks, the Sacramento Kings. That maybe they're in, maybe they're not.
Right.
But if we can get hot for these games, we're in. Watching guys that already make a lot of money make a little more money. There's no
on top of that,
it.
like, and this is what I would fear. You're having a good season. You're playing well. This is in December.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're the Clippers. Why bring Kawhi and Paul George to that tournament at all? You don't need it. You know, what's your incentive to play those guys? You're load managing anyway.
Especially if the incentive is money.
Right.
And
I think there has to be something other than money tied to it.
Well, the one thing that Silver has said is that this is going to make them millions upon millions upon millions of dollars.
Yeah, my guess is...
Who's they? The league?
The league.
The league.
My guess is that Michael and I will do every game, and Billy and Stu won't do any.
Mm-hmm. Well, right. It'll be a national TV thing, right?
If I just say this, I don't have any interest in the tournament. I don't understand the tournament. But I also want to give... The NBA has tried things. Adam Silver... Okay, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
You know, if it falls flat on its face and it doesn't work out, at least it's a league trying something different. I don't know the appeal yet.
People said this about the World Baseball Classic, wound up being a classic.
Playing tournament is a good example.
Has stakes, though. Playing tournament has stakes. You can get into the playoffs.
Matter of fact, 2 playing teams made the Final Four this year.
Super Crosstalks brought to you by In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out, it's what a hamburger is all about. We'll see you tomorrow.